mark as the umpire holds the ball aloft, and we're underway in the Premier Division qualifying final here in the Outer East. Riley Moncourse goes early, just grabs the ball out of the ruck, spilled it, and he's going to be penalised for holding the ball. Or incorrect disposal, either one. So Wallace will get a free kick in the middle. Olinda Ferny Creek should get the first clearance. He just goes laterally into the hands of Jessup. Jessup kicks the ball to half-forward looking for Taylor. Robbie Allen got front spot. Couldn't stick the mark though. Here's an opportunity for Noah Dare. Rosier dishes off. Here's a chance now for the Bloods. Giacob goes back. Ethan Green will kick towards goal. Looks pretty good. Is it straightened up? No. And it's cut off on the goal line. Or is it? No, it's a... I'm actually really confused. No, there's a mark on the goal line for Olinda Ferny Creek. So the Bloods, with a chance to kick the first goal of the afternoon. And they've got it. Olinda Ferny Creek underway early. They get the first of the afternoon. Couldn't quite tell you who's got it. We'll find out in a couple of moments.
Desta?
No, not Desta, I don't think.
He seemed to cop a whole lot of high fives just then.
I think it might be Lucas Smith, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm a little bit unsure. But anyway, importantly, Olinda Ferny Creek, that's a really good start. Given the KO missions, that will fill them with lots of confidence.
Most definitely will. So it was quite a quick goal, and certainly a bit rushed where we couldn't see who even marked it. So it was, it was a bit up and about.
I thought it was cut off by Malachi Polton on the goal line, but in fact it was a mark on the goal line for Olinda Ferny Creek. So it's back in the middle once again. So Ollie Moncourse, he grabbed out of the ruck last time and spilled it. This time Wallace goes early. Moncourse stays at ground level, wins the tap, gets it down to Gemel, who's locked up in a tackle straight away. And that ball going absolutely nowhere, and it will be take two in the centre. So the Bloods on the board early days. If you are just tuning in, they've got the first goal of the qualifying final. Moncourse won the tap, but it was shark by Rosier. Hype it under ball. Here's Giacob. Will park himself underneath it. Couldn't stick the mark. In fact, ball spills to ground level. Opportunity for Adams. Comes into the hands of Greenall. Kicks around his body looking for Dester. He gets front spot. Couldn't stick the mark. Was he held? Umpire calls him to go. Here's an opportunity for that man there in Toma. Couldn't get the ball under his control. Dare comes back into the corridor. Good kick. And straight onto the chest of Angus Smith. Smith assesses his options, thought about dishing off to side against it. Umpire calls him to go. Long kick through the corridor. Dare will fly and take the mark. Beautifully done on that occasion there, up against Sam Cuthbert. And Woori Yallock can continue to press.
So Woori Yallock in the centre of the field at the moment, just sort of kicks it long into the 50. Ooh. Looking for a target, couldn't quite mark. So really well done defensively by Olinda Ferny Creek. Running onto it and caught holding the ball. So Woori Yallock are going to get another chance to have a shot on goal inside 50. I believe it was Wallace who was run down with it. Maybe. Yep. Yeah, it was. So certainly up and about this Woori Yallock side.
I think Kelsey Curry,
yeah,
man of the mark. So it's Alex Marsh who's lining up.
Yeah, Alex Marsh. So Alex Marsh, just slow, deliberate approach. Want to get this one on the board. On the right boot, sends it long. Distance looks pretty good. And it's missed to the near side. So, unfortunately, for Woori Yallock, just a minor score. And Olinda Ferny Creek kick it towards the broadcast side of the ground. And find a short mark, playing down the line, kicking into the centre, looking for a teammate, couldn't quite find one. There's Woori Yallock hands everywhere, no disposal really, to be honest, but handballed out into the hands of Wallace. Wallace kicks forward, looking for a man, couldn't quite get it to seal.
He's given away a free kick for a hold.
He's been a free kick paid, so Woori Yallock will have the chance to rebound it out of 50.
So Simpson goes to the outer side of the ground. He's found a man all on his own, really good kick as well, into the hands of Arnold. So Mitch Arnold assesses the options down the line, not a lot presenting to him for the moment. He just loads up on the right boot, sends it long down the line. Can he find a set of hands? He can, but it's going to be cut off. So Olinda Ferny Creek can counter-attack. They come back into the corridor. Greenall didn't get the kindest of kicks. He just knocked it on cleverly, though. Here is Peter Lucas, trying to get rid of his man. Lost the football in the process, though. Greenall dishes off to Seymour, who gets the ball away. Inside forward 50 for the Bloods. Was their front on contact? No, umpire calls him to go. Ben Moncourse did well, gathered it. Dishes off. Here's an opportunity for Adams. Chip kick down the lines of beauty onto the chest of Marsh. He gets himself up the ground. Marsh asks for someone to come at him. Nothing forthcoming. Umpire calls him to go, so Marsh loads up on the right boot, high up and under ball to half forward. Gibson will park himself underneath it, couldn't stick the mark. Maybe a chance for Basoli at the back. He dishes off. Here's a chance for Noah Dare. Check side towards goals, well and truly offline. It might work out though. There's a mark taken in the pocket, and it's taken by Kane Thompson. So Noah Dare, in fact I think it's Brad Arnold. Might be Brad Arnold, in fact.
I didn't quite get it.
No, it's not. It's definitely Brad Arnold because Kay Thompson's centre half forward. I thought that was a kick a goal from Noadair, but maybe it was a goal assist anyway. So it's an opportunity for Mitch Arnold, in fact. So Mitch Arnold tucked away in the pocket. Distance won't be a problem. It's going to be all about accuracy. In he comes. Straight over the goal umpire's cap, and Yallock get their first goal of the afternoon, and they get the lead for the first time today, 1-1-7 to 1 straight 6, and we'll be going 5.5 minutes into the first quarter. Mitch Arnold with his first.
Absolutely, and you know, even if Dare didn't 100% mean to kick it to him, you're going to claim it every day of the week.
Oh, 100%.
That's a goal assist in his book, and no accidents there. But to be honest, it didn't even look like that bad a kick either.
No.
So it landed straight in the chest of. Oh goodness me! I was going to say Alex Marsh, but that is who kicked the behind earlier.
Before,
was it? Who actually was it?
Mitch Arnold.
Mitch Arnold. That's right. I've started really well today. So Mitch Arnold just went back and kicked a pretty easy goal. So we're back in the middle again. Up goes the footy, grabbed out of the ruck by Monkhurst, tried to kick it forward, couldn't quite find the hands of Alex Marsh, so Olinda Ferny Creek mop it up. Trying to play out the top of the 50, but it hasn't quite worked. Turn the footy over, Monkhurst kicks it in. I thought a mark had been taken, not quite. Olinda Ferny Creek trying to bounce back out of the way, giving it to Lucas. Lucas handed it off, so down the line they go, trying to find a set of hands. Not any in a red and white uniform though. The Tigers mopping up the footy, doing pretty well. There's some fantastic ball movement in here. Oh wow, and the handball to down the line, unfortunately. Bloods players everywhere. Hand off, Lucas, kick it to the top of the 50, and it's been intercepted by the Tigers by Bunches. So Bunches kicks it out to the far side of the ground. Handball over the top. Ben Monkhurst going to end up with the footy, kicking it down the line into the hands of Simpson. Simpson gets on the left boot, tries to get it into the forward 50, not quite taken, and Olinda Ferny Creek get the intercept mark. It was Tom Ford. So Tom Ford will kick it down that far side of the ground because they couldn't play close to the box, could they? But it's been intercepted by the Tigers again. So Woori playing towards the middle, got it to Hunter Ryan. So he loads up on the boot, dances around the man on the mark, loads up on the right. It's a bit of an up and under. Who can take a mark? No one actually. It's been tapped outside the 50 again, running into it. Oh, I thought holding the ball may have been paid just then, but I think Woori may be lucky to get away with that one, but it's a stoppage inside their forward 50.
So the Tigers starting to get a bit more territory. So again, it'll be Wallace. This time Gibson will go up on the ruck for Woori, and Gibson maybe just got the better of that one. Here we go, bursting his way through Thompson. Handballs off to Noadair, kick towards goal, and Noadair's nailed it! No, it's touched off the boot. Well, straight over the goal umpire's cap, but one of the Olinda defenders just got a fingertipper to it. And that just extends the margin to 2 points for Woori. So Kelsey Kelly will take the kicking duties for the Bloods. So where can he go? Who can lead up to him? He's got Tom Ford out wide if he wants him on the broadcast side of the ground. Lucas Smith provides an option a little bit shorter. He's going to take on the corridor, it looks like, so he goes long, high up and under, looking for Wallace. He'll park himself underneath it. Monkhurst try to slam it away from the back. Von Hess provided a contest, getting the handball away with Smith. Should be cut up items with it. Clean bowled him. Atchison taps the ball towards the boundary line, takes on a couple. Here's a chance for Kane Thompson if he can get the ball under his control. He's been corralled by Lucas. Lucas wants to take the ball over. Thompson wants to keep it in. The ball not going anywhere. Eventually it spills out. Can it be kept in play? Yes, it can. Dancing around a couple of Zach Seal. He dishes off. Box gets a kick away, but he's turned it over. Robbie Allen, the interceptor, cuts it off, brings the ball back into the corridor. This could be dangerous. Tonkin is there, but coming up to meet the football was Gibson. He hands it off, but he's turned it over straight into the hands of Oliver Clark. And now Olinda Ferny Creek can go back the other way. Bunches, he's in a one-on-one contest with Lucas Smith. Paddles the ball forward into the hands of Ben Monkhurst. He taps it back onto Bunches. Long kick down the line to a one-on-one contest. Tom Ford was there a push in the back. No. Umpire calls him to go. Ford tracks the ball back, dishes it off. Now Olinda Ferny Creek find themselves on the counter-attack. Ball coming into the hands of Greer Smith. Rowe gets a couple of handballs away. Here is Peter Lucas once again. High up and under ball looking for Smith. Can't quite take the mark, and the ball trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. Now it's in the forward end of Olinda Ferny Creek. So it's a chaotic play so far in this game. Just the 2 goals. 1 goal for each side. A couple of behinds for Woori, giving them the slender 2-point lead. Let's wait for the umpire to launch the ball back into play. Up it goes. So Lockie Taylor in the ruck this time up against Monkhurst, gathered by Hamish Gemmell. Gets Woori out of danger for the moment. High up and under ball to 1-on-1 contest. Was Marsh pushed out of the contest? Umpire calls him to go. Another opportunity for Clark potentially, but again, the ball trickles over the boundary line. Will be thrown back into play. Just forward to centre for Olinda Ferny Creek. So Wallace will go back up on the ruck on this occasion. And I think he'll be contesting it. It will be against Rolly Monkhurst. Let's wait for the banjo umpire to throw it back into play once again. Up it goes. So Monkhorst, Wallace, both wrestling for front position. High up and under ball inside the forward 50 of Olinda Ferny Creek. Toma flew, couldn't stick the mark. Beautifully smothered there by Hunter Ryan. Ball comes to ground level. Kick out of the pack was smothered. Gathered by... Oh no, he spilled it. Bunches got the kick away just in time. Can Joel Adams run onto it? Here is Zach Seal. Gather the ball beautifully. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Finds Giacob. He goes back to Zach Seal. Dances around one. Kick towards goal. Does it straighten up? No. It's well and truly offline. Will it be marked on the line? Now it's thumped over for a rush behind. So Olinda Ferny Creek looking dangerous, but the Woori defence holding strong.
Absolutely they are. So Woori playing to the far side of the ground, trying to get into the hands of Riley Monkhorst. Didn't quite take the mark, but seemed to just have all the time in the world to pick it up and have a kick. I thought it intercepted, but they hadn't. The Tigers inside forward 50. Just missed to the near side.
Monkhorst of the Zach variety.
Yes, it absolutely was. Which there was so much happening in that about 4 seconds of play that I didn't get who that was. That was the cleanest play, and oh my word! So looking really dangerous. Do the Tigers, the Bloods, pump it up the middle of the ground. Tried to find, couldn't quite take the mark. Could Taylor, and it's a stoppage in the middle of the ground. Taylor tried to get two hands to it and just sort of popped it up like a volleyball set.
I felt like he should have stuck that at the end. Like he did all the hard work to get there, and
and just couldn't quite do the easy part. Tried to fend his way out of a tackle. Was there Williams, but did not get pinned for holding the ball. Van Hess fell over at the inopportune time. Lucas gave it back to him. So kicking to the forward 50. Couldn't quite be taken by Smith. In fact, it was Taylor, and has been tapped over the boundary line. So we'll have a boundary throw in about halfway into the Olinda Ferny Creek forward line. So we'll get the rucks into position as the ball comes flying back into play. Up it goes. No tap one. Taylor won it though. Got the mark and kicked straight through the middle of the goals. I thought there may have been some sort of free kick played in that contest, but no, absolutely it was not. So just dead-eyed the middle of that one, didn't he?
He most certainly did, and that's the second lead change in the game already. So Olinda Ferny Creek get themselves back in front, and Lockie Taylor doing the ruck duties, and more importantly kicking the goal. So we wait for the ball to come back into the middle. So Lockie Taylor with Olinda Ferny Creek's second goal for the afternoon. As the ball does come back into the middle, so Noah Desta's going to contest the ruck on this occasion up against Rolly Monkhorst. So up it goes. Monkhorst goes early and just almost waits for the ball at ground level. Got a little bit on it. Rosier gets a handball away. Was there a hold? Umpire calls them to go. This might work out. Von Hess dishes off. Rosier once again is involved. Gets a scrubby kick away. Nearly worked out for Greenall. He paddles it on. Chance for Cuthbert. Free kick for below the knees. I think this is going to go Woori Alex's way. Collette will be the recipient. So Colette's got Thompson as a short option. Now a 25-metre penalty's been paid. So Collette will probably be about a kick and a half away from home. Taylor Gibson, the deepest forward. Who can he spot it up to? Gibson provides a short lead. Doubles back. Now Monkhorst provides a lead. So Olinda Ferny Creek have done this well. They've got numbers back. And is Collette? I think he might be lining up for goal here.
Well, wouldn't you?
Well, fair enough. He's got a kick of at least about 45, 50 ahead of him. So Jack Collette. Like Gibson's going to go up on the ruck, so I think he's going to do most of the ruck duties inside the forward 50. Up it goes. Gibson grabs it out of the ruck, swings around onto the left. Just missed. So very crafty there from the big fella, but he just couldn't quite... Well, yeah, in fact, he got too much hook on the kick and pushed it through for a behind. So far, 1-4-10 are Woori Alec to Olinda Ferny Creek, 2-1-13. Early days in the first quarter of this qualifying final. So Seymour with the kicking duties. Loads up on the right boot, high up and under ball, out of the defensive 50. No mark can be taken through a couple of sets of hands. Now here go the Bloods. Desta puts him inside forward 50. Toma's going to get out the back. He should be able to run into this. He'll soccer it through, and Toma gets Olinda Ferny Creek's third. End to end go the Bloods, and they push it out to a 9-point margin.
To go end to end like that in so little plays, that's very, very impressive, and it shows really how dangerous the Bloods can be and that they've really come here to play today. They
most certainly have, Adam, and that was just daring stuff up the corridor. And Noah Desta did really well too. He just noticed that not Lucas Smith, in fact, Daniel Toma was all on his own, and Toma just ran onto it, kicked the goal, and now the Bloods with a handy little margin of 9 points.
So as we get the footy back to the middle. Umpire's just getting everyone a bit ready to go as the throws the ball in the air. Desta to contest the ruck against Monkhorst. Monkhorst wins it pretty easily, running through. Absolutely everyone was collect. Couldn't quite get a handball off to the right teammate though. Van Hess handballed it off. Couldn't quite get his hands on it there, but at the moment has it is Greenall. Greenall got a lot to deal with. And a throw has been penalised for Von Hess. So Von Hess ended up with the footy and was tackled pretty immediately, but I guess he didn't make enough genuine attempt to it to be classified for holding the ball or not holding the ball. So a throw's been given. So down the line go. Woori Yallock. Marking contest was affected by Desta. So in the hands of Riley Monkhorst at the moment. A free kick's been given for over the shoulder or a hold or something like that. So just not a fantastic way to contest the footy did Desta. So Monkhorst swings around on the right, tries to find the contest inside the forward 50. Gibson. Pretty simple mark in the end, even though we had to overcome 2 defenders. He made that look simple. So Gibson will have a chance to line up. It's a little bit closer than the one before that Collette took.
Yep.
Just inside those arcs.
He's definitely got the leg here.
Oh, 100%. I'm not doubting the leg. Don't get me wrong. He's proven to us this year that he can kick this far. So he'll start his run up. In he comes. Just pretty calm and cruisy. Bangs it on the right. It's all about the accuracy. It looks pretty good from here. Oh, that's fantastic. Really well done there from Taylor Gibson, and that is textbook.
There we go. He gets his first goal for the afternoon. Taylor Gibson, 2-4-16 now. Woori Yallock to Olinda, Ferny Creek 3-1-19. And gee, Buddy Seymour had his name written all over that, and Gibson just pinched it out of his pocket essentially. Came from the back. And back to 3 points the difference. And the Tigers will have wanted that because the Bloods were just starting to find a bit of momentum as the ball comes back into the middle.
Exactly right. So back into the middle is the umpire. And we just seem to be I think we found a phone on the field. So we'll have to just have a look at what maybe has been started. So anyway, we'll get the ball up going in the middle again. Umpire throws the ball aloft. Grabbed out of the ruck from Monkhorst, but he'll get a free kick against Desta for a high contact as he came down with the footy. So Monkhorst will have the opportunity to push his team forward. Here come the Tigers in the forward line. Couldn't quite take the mark. I believe it was Dare, but Olinda Ferny Creek have got possession at the moment. But fighting hard are the Tigers. Couldn't quite take the footy cleanly and held. I thought maybe a free kick could be given, but taken over. It was Basuli who had possession as the ball was taken over the line. So we'll have a boundary throw in just outside the arc in the forward line of Woori Yallock. So in it comes. And we'll see Monkhorst has a better position, but Desta came from nowhere, just got a massive fist on it. Couldn't quite get it to a teammate though, but he's got it back. So pretty easy for Desta, ended up with the footy.
So Desta with the ball at half-back for Olinda Ferny Creek. Cut it off beautifully off the ball to Robbie Allen. Peers into the corridor, and I think that's where he's going to go now. He does go long down the line. Robbie Allen's going to park himself underneath this. Couldn't take the mark, but he was affected with front on contact. Lucas Smith not happy about the decision, but it was definitely there. So a bit of a game of tennis at the moment between Desta and Allen. Robbie Allen turned it over to Noah Desta, and then Noah Desta turned it straight back over to him. High up another ball. Noah Desta, he might take another intercept mark. There we go.
Oh my word.
It is a genuine game of tennis. So Allen to Desta, Desta to Allen, Allen to Desta. He dishes off to Cuthbert, brings the ball into the corridor. Might be another turnover. Maybe a chance at grand level for Hyatt, but he's turned it over. Ben Monkhorst run down. Umpire calls him to go. Cuthbert gathers it cleanly. Now they might be able to get some overlap on the outer side. Into the hands of Greenall. Got his kick away just in time. High up and under ball looking for Tomer in a one-on-one. Fisted away, but beautifully gathered by Adams off hands. He goes backwards. Interesting, but it works out in the end of Boonches. High up and under ball. Noah Dare should get there and takes the chest mark. And now Woori Yallock are into attack. He's got Basoli as a short option. Basoli just tells him, go to the big fella Gibson. The kick's going to fall short of him though. Now it's cut up by Rosier. So it's turnover city at the moment here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve. Both sides just can't really get a clean passage of play. Rosier thought about going short to Tonkin, but he goes much longer this time. That's a really good kick too as well. On to Zach Seal. Thought about dishing off to Von Hess, but he'll wheel around onto the right boot. Long kick inside forward 50. And the mark is taken. Jericho will get out the back and he puts it away. Back out to a 9-point difference for Olinda Ferny Creek.
Just really simple and dominating play from Olinda Ferny Creek. You can see when they get the ball and there's any sort of open field, they just get the advantage and they do really well. So we'll have to see how this contest continues.
There we go. So another goal over the top there for Olinda Ferny Creek. So the 4-1-25 to 2-4-16 as the ball is back into the middle. So Monkhorst and Desta once again to do battle in the ruck. So the ball goes to the corridor, gathered by Cuthbert. He can go back the other way. High up and under the ball. Can a mark be taken? No. Gathered by Arnold down at ground level. He finds Hunter Ryan. Ryan goes towards the outer side. Maybe a chance for Jacob again. Can he get the ball over the boundary line? No, he can't. Clark. Ball stays in play momentarily. And it is going to be a free kick now for Olinda Ferny Creek, who can maybe go inside forward 50. So what can the Bloods do here? Comes back in towards the corridor. Rosie up. Kick didn't go the required distance. Seal taken on the tackle. Was it High? Umpire calls him to go. High tries to burst his way through a couple. Basoli, he's been corralled in the ball. It's going to be a free kick now, and it will go the way of Olinda Ferny Creek.
So Olinda Ferny Creek will have the footy at the moment. So they go... Try to get inside their forward 50. They couldn't quite find a set of hands, and there's Tigers players everywhere. So out they come at defence. Kicked long down the line. They couldn't quite find a Tigers player though. So Olinda Ferny Creek have it in the hands of Clark. So Clark just sort of goes back on his mark and has a look at the options around. So he kicks it long. Tries to get the footy into the hands of Desta, but it's been cut off again by Monkhorst. So Monkhorst plays across the back line, getting it to his teammate Joel Adams. Adams kicks it into the middle. Pretty good kick and to the advantage of Marsh. And 25 has been given against Olinda Ferny Creek just for a bit of a rough conduct as he got up from the mark. So the Tigers have a chance to enter forward 50 and really well marked there. So Woori Yallock will have a shot on goal. I believe it's currently in the hands of Ryan. I might be wrong about that one though. Just had his number to me. It was a pretty big contest, and you'd think from here, in fact it's Zach Monkhorst. I probably should have guessed he's the tallest person right next to him. So Monkhorst have an opportunity for goal, and he will just start his run up. It's a pretty short run up, to be honest. You get a lot of long ones in the senior footy. Off a couple of steps, just smashes it long, and he's just missed two, just to the near side. So unfortunate for Zach Monkhorst. But it wasn't a bad effort all in all, but we'll have to see what Olinda Ferny Creek can do about it. So they go to exit the defensive 50, kicking in from the goal square, and they kick towards the broadcast side. And no mark will be quite taken. Give it to Rosier. Rosier tried to give it to Lucas. Lucas couldn't quite get rid of the footy, but apparently it was called for a handball. So into the middle. At the moment, has it there is Wallace. Wallace tapped it forward, but Woori Yallock have got their hands on it. Ended up back in the hands of Smith. Smith trying to get it up to Rosier. In fact, handballed it someone else. So now we've got a stoppage right in the middle. So pretty hectic stuff in the last couple of minutes.
Most certainly. So up it goes once again. Rosier gets a kick away. Gathered by Hunter Ryan. Comes back into the corridor and beautifully done onto the chest of Mitch Arnold. Continues to go down the line. He finds Marsh. Marsh can wheel around onto the right boot here. He'll send Woori Yallock inside forward 50. Monkhorst is the deepest forward. Couldn't quite get his hands onto the football. And now Olinda Ferny Creek can go back the other way. Greenhill's been busy in this first quarter. Looks for Desta. Flies over his head. Taylor should be able to get this out the back. All the Woori Yallock players slipped over. Lockie Taylor sends the Bloods inside forward 50. And Seal's taking the mark. And Olinda Ferny Creek go end to end. And they can potentially push the margin out even further. So 8 points the difference it is at the moment. 2-5-17, 2-4-1-25. And Frankie Seal, this to make it a 14-point difference for the Bloods. He's only about 20 out on a slide angle. In he comes. Looks pretty good off the boot, and it holds the line. And Olinda Ferny Creek out to a 14-point difference. 5-1-31 to 2-5-17. And we'll be going 24 minutes into the first quarter.
That's another one. They've gone end to end and they've looked so dangerous. So bringing it out to a 14-point lead to Olinda Ferny Creek, and it was just amazing to see in that middle bit there, just some really contested footy, but Olinda Ferny Creek currently coming out on top.
They're really finding some open space in that forward 50 as well. 2 goals over the back, and then just that one-on-one there. It was the separation they're able to get, and that's really important. If you can get that kind of just clear passage into your forward 50 makes it so much easier for your forwards when they're not having to contest against big packs. of the balls back in the middle once again. So Zach Munkhorst will go up on the ruck this time. Josh Wallace stays in for Olinda Ferny Creek. Munkhorst wins the tap, got it down to Geordie Williams, and he's been corralled the whole time. Now there's a free kick. It's a throw. It's going to go to Olinda Ferny Creek. Peter Lucas loads up for goal, and he's nailed it!
No, he hasn't.
No, just missed.
Just missed to the left.
Oh, gee, I thought he got it for a second. No, just to let it go, and I mean, he probably couldn't get there anyway. So 5-2-32 now to 2-5-17. Peter Lucas just offline. But again, Olinda Ferny Creek are boxing him in. Here is Sam Cuthbert. Pulls the kick. It's beautifully done as well. And Olinda Ferny Creek are going to get another look in front of goal. So the Bloods to potentially push the margin out to 21 points. It's Frankie Seal again, who kicked the goal moments ago. This to make it 21 points the difference at quarter time. So Frank Seal from directly in front, only about 35 metres out for a 6-goal-to-2 term in the opening term for Olinda Ferny Creek. In comes the vice-captain of the Bloods to make a good start, a really good start. Starts it right, it's coming back, and he's absolutely nailed it. And they come from everywhere, the Bloods, and what a first quarter they've had. 6-2-38 to 2-5-17. And Adam, a brilliant start considering some of the players that are missing for Olinda Ferny Creek.
100%. Obviously, they've got holes in their defence just through Scharenberg not playing and Ned Ford through the midfield as well, but there's no signs of that today. They've been on fire since they stepped out on the park, and it's been really entertaining to watch, and you can tell they're here sort of with a vengeance for the last
loft. And we are underway in the second quarter. Up it goes. So again, Wallace and Munkhorst in the ruck. Wallace probably got the better of that one. Peter Lucas looking to get the ball under his control, but falls into the hands of Munkhorst. Here's an opportunity for Angus Smith. He couldn't gather the football. Fell into the hands of Percy Hyatt, but he was tackled straight away by Angus Smith. So take two in the centre. So up it goes once again. Wallace and Munkhorst both getting some hands onto that, but Percy Hyatt sharked it. He sends Olinda Ferny Creek forward. Good kick. Taylor couldn't quite take the mark overhead in a one-on-one against Atchison. Atchison gets the handball away onto Kane Thompson. Thompson finds Marsh at centre half forward. Wheels around onto the right boot looking for Gibson, and he's got it. And Taylor Gibson with an early shot at goal in this second quarter. We'll line them up only 20 metres out directly in front. He's already got one goal on the afternoon. And he's one of the players who needs to inject himself into this game, particularly right now with his side trailing by 21 points. Needs to find the big sticks, get it back to 15 and get Woori Yallock moving. So Taylor Gibson, 87 goals currently in 2025. This to make it 88. And this to kickstart some life into his team early days in the second quarter. In he comes with a slow and deliberate approach. And he makes absolutely no mistake. Straight over the goal umpire's cap. Taylor Gibson's got his second. Woori Yallock with their third. 3-5-23 they are to Olinda Ferny Creek 6-2-38. We'll be going 1.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, already showing that they're back to contest the footy that happened in that first quarter. Olinda Ferny Creek obviously getting the better of it, but Woori Yallock showing a bit of fight here and a pretty simple one for Gibson. So all in all, they're back in business.
They most certainly are. That'll fill them with plenty of confidence. So back to 15 points the difference. So again, it's Wallace and Munkhorst. Munkhorst goes really early. Josh Wallace, though, just grabs the ball out of the middle. Sends a barrel inside forward 50 for Olinda Ferny Creek. No mark will be taken, though. Chance for Taylor. Gets the ball under his control. Dishes off to Seal. Oh, Seal got rid of Munkhorst. He goes back to Lockie Taylor, who sends the Bloods inside forward 50. But it's beautifully cut off. Well done by Hunter Ryan. Parked himself in the hole. And just goes short to Thompson. Thompson doesn't have a whole lot of options. He's got Joel Adams along if he spots him. I think, no, he might still go that way. Being corralled well here by Taylor. Gets the kick away and he might have just turned this one over. Ball comes to ground level. Who can win it? Going to be a tricky one. Through comes, that was Kelsey Curry. Now it's in the hands of Zach Seal. Olinda Ferny Creek with another four-way forward. And the mark is taken. And this might be another chance here. It's a 25-metre penalty. And I think this is Jacob, who's already kicked one. No, it's not. Lucas Smith, maybe. So either way, Olinda Ferny Creek potentially can get the instant response. This to push it back out to a 21-point difference. Lucas Smith, in he comes for goal number 2. No troubles at all for Lucas Smith. He gets his second goal for the afternoon. Olinda Ferny Creek 7-2-44 to Woori Yallock 3-5-23. 3 minutes gone in the the second quarter.
Yeah, did really well to get that mark. Obviously, he was helped by that 25-metre penalty. But really simple, really well done by Frankie Seal in the corner pocket here, and then for Taylor to kick it across goal and find him was really well done. So really good stuff from Olinda Ferny Creek as Smith kicks his second.
There we go. They'll be very happy with that as the ball comes back into the middle.
So the umpire was walking the opposite direction as I thought it was going to be. It actually threw me quite a lot. So umpire comes back in the middle and throws the ball in the air. Monkhorst tried to grab it out of the ruck and just kind of only tapped it with one hand, get it on the boot. Do Olinda Ferny Creek get into the forward 50. Oh, mark couldn't quite be taken, but coming after it there is Seal. There's only one Tigers player in the vicinity, sort of just dropped his body on the footy. Did that man there, Adam. So Olinda Ferny Creek here deep into the forward 50. Has it pitched inside? It hasn't, but there's been a blocking free kick paid. I was wondering what the umpire was signalling for. So against Frankie Seal, that one is so
definitely there.
Yeah, 100%. I understand that one. So Woori Yallock kicking inside. Oh, and cut off there by Rosie as he cops a hit in the back of the head for his troubles. Just no malicious intent about it. Just happened to cop one. So really well cut off by Rosier. So he'll go back and he's looking at goals, but he's rubbing the back of his head quite a lot. It wouldn't surprise me if he passes this off, just to sort of get some relief. So we'll see who's leading out. Seal looked like he was going to lead out, and so did, I believe there is Toma. But Rosier got the footy. He's going to come in. Just short run up, runs around the man on the mark, sends it. Accuracy's not a problem. It hasn't got the legs. It has! Really well done from Rosier. And that's another goal added to the Olinda Ferny Creek scoreboard.
8-2-50 there now to Woori Yallock, 3-5-23. Beautifully done by Rose, as you mentioned, Adam. It was gutsy, back with a flight, and he did cop a bit of a whack for his troubles. Nothing malicious, as mentioned. Everyone just going for the ball. And more importantly, he converts the goal, and it's a 27-point lead, the biggest lead of the game so far. So Woori with a lot of work to do. Still early days in this game, but the Blood's really off to a hot start as the ball comes back into the middle. So it's Wallace and Monkhorst who've done most of the battle in the ruck so far. Up it goes. So Monkhorst again goes early, does win the tap, but it's being sharked once again here by Von Hess. He's turned it over, has he? No, it fell into the hands of Hyatt. Now the Bloods go inside forward 50 once again. Seal flew from the back and he's taken it.
That's massive.
Frankie Seal, what a game he's having so far. He's already kicked the 2 goals. He'll line up for another. And he was absolutely nowhere in that contest, but he just rose to the top. And this to make it 33 points the difference. He is directly in front. He'll kick from about 45 metres out. And the Bloods potentially to get their 3rd goal in this second quarter, only 6 minutes in. So Frankie Seal, this for his 3rd goal. In he comes. Looks pretty good off the boot. Does it have the carry? No, not quite. But they're going to get one out of the back. And the Bloods out to a 33-point difference. Lucas Smith with his 3rd goal.
Oh, my word. Olinda Ferny Creek putting on a clinic at the moment. And Frankie Seal is the leader. Just got really, really well done in that marking contest. He got a bit of body work and was forced out of it. Just changed what direction, had a bit of a spin move mid-contest and just plucked it overhead and went, thank you very much. Sent it deep, and Lucas Smith again with the roving job on the goal line. And just really well put together at this Blood side.
He's having a really good game, Lucas Smith, at the moment. So too is Frankie Seal. And the Bloods are just looking red hot at the moment, and Woori just don't have the answers. They're not going with them. So it's back in the middle once again. Can the Tigers get the next one? I mean, they need at least the next 5 to get anywhere close. Up it goes. Monkhorst again goes early. Wins the tap. Nearly roved his own work. Kane Thompson, can he get the ball under his control? No, he's been corralled by Wallace. Gets him in the tackle. And it will be take 2 in the centre. So again, Wallace and Monkhorst. Riley Monkhorst, he just soccers it forward. I don't think... might maybe be paid, but Noah Dare couldn't get there anyway. Dishes off to his skipper, Mbasoli. He gets the handball away. Might just work out. Kane Thompson being corralled. Here is Noah Dare. Oh, no, he went without the football. Spent it before he had it. Now Noah Dare on hands and knees. Dishes off, puts him inside forward 50, but Olinda Ferny Creek forced a turnover. It's an absolute chaos footy at the moment. Box gets a handball away. Looking for Cuthbert. That ball going absolutely nowhere, and it's locked up on the outer side of the ground, just inside forward 50 for Woori Yallock.
So Woori Yallock have the advantage at the moment, but up goes the footy. Tap won by Woori Yallock, but it was a free kick's been given away, I believe, just for some early body work. So Olinda Ferny Creek have the footy at the moment. Just a sharp kick inside, got it to the hands of Cuthbert. Cuthbert looks around, just sort of plays towards the back line a bit more, so pretty neutral there in the hands of Tom Ford. Ford kicks it out to the far side. He's looking for Hyatt and didn't quite find him, so out of bounds on the full. So Woori Yallock will have a chance with Adams. Adams sends it inside the forward 50, or just not quite. Really good, nice spearing kick too to Smith. Smith looked like he was going to play on and move around, but I didn't really know what's going on. Sharp kick inside, just nice, low, penetrating kick, and they'll have a mark just inside the forward 50 and have a shot on goal. And Gibson with a chance to kick his second of the day.
Third.
Third. I haven't got him marked down. I've only got him for one. You got him for 2-1?
2-1, yep.
2-1, okay. Just forgot to draw a line that one time. So, Taylor Gibson looking for his third of the day as he starts his approach. You can tell he's pretty calm and collected, so he'll come in on the right boot. Distance shouldn't be a problem, I wouldn't have thought, and that is straight down the middle. You can't kick it much better than that. That is fantastic work from Taylor Gibson, and as much as we're saying that these Bloods are running the game, Taylor Gibson is showing us what he can do with his kicking, and that is fantastic work.
Most certainly, Adam. That's goal number 89 now for season 2025. And, gee, that was just such a pure kick of the footy as well. He is such a pure kick of the footy.
It looked like he barely kicked it.
He
kicked it at 25%.
Yep.
Just sailed through the middle.
Flushed it. It was goalpost height as well. He had so much on it. There was never any doubt.
Nah.
So the ball's back in the middle. Taylor Gibson gets his first goal for the afternoon. Oh, sorry, his first... No, I've completely... I tried to say first goal of the second quarter, but he's already kicked one in this second quarter.
Oh, no.
Anyway, it's back in the middle. Munkhorst goes early. Does get the better of that tap in the end, but it's been sharked. Olinda Ferny Creek can go inside forward 50 once again. Atchison, was he held? Yes. So Jacob Atchison, the recipient of the free kick at half-back. Woori Yallock cut it back to 27 points. Can they build a passage of play off the half-back line? Williams provided a lead short. Atchison will go beyond him. Up and under ball. Munkhorst provided the contest. Couldn't take the mark. Ball comes down to ground level. Zach Seal, that's a good strong tackle. And the ball going absolutely nowhere, and it will be a stoppage. On the broadcast wing, up it goes once again. Munkhorst gets the better of the tap. Here is Noah Dare. Dishes off. Williams did well to gather it cleanly. Gets a kick away on the left. No mark will be taken. Marshall come up to meet the football. Dishes off. Ball comes to ground level. It's an absolute chaos footy once again. Tom Ford gets himself involved, but it's turned over. Riley Munkhorst wastes absolutely no time. And Riley to Zach. And Zach Munkhorst has got it. And he can line them up from about 35 out directly in front. This for back-to-back goals for the Tigers, and to get it back to 21 points the difference. So Zach Munkhorst again playing forward. So 4 goals so far for the Tigers, 3 to Gibson, 1 to Mitch Arnold. This for Zach Munkhorst, first goal of the afternoon. He kicked 4 the last time these two sides played. That looks pretty good off the boot, and it's straight over the goal umpire's cap. Back-to-back goals for Woori Yallock, back to 21 points of difference, and Zach Munkhorst has got his first.
Yep, and a really easy one for him to put through, and still required some effort, but really well constructed from Woori Yallock, that play. I just want to say Noah Dare has been really good as almost the tactical player behind all of these plays, directing his troops, and I thought he's been playing quite a good game. So another one where he was kind of behind the footy at the time, so another really well constructed Woori Yallock attack as they kick their 5th for the day.
Most certainly, Adam. Let's see if they can get the next one.
Absolutely. So the umpire come back towards the middle as we just wait for all the players to get back to their position. But up the footy goes. Winning the tap was Olinda Ferny Creek, and Wallace. Wallace got to the forward line, and there's not many easier than that, is there? Just really well done from Lockie Taylor. Lockie Taylor taking a mark inside 50 and just made it look so simple. Just simple body work. Just take it right out front of you, and he'll have a shot at goal. About, what did we say these arcs are? 40, 45?
About 40, yeah, I reckon
40,
here, yep.
Yeah, so about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And so he'll probably have to kick it from about 38. In he comes, kicks it right on 40. Distance will not be an issue. And he's just pushed it to the right side is what I tried to say. I pretty much said every direction bar the one it was actually in. So out come Woori Yallock pushing outside from the goal square, trying to play on the far side of the ground. Mark taken there by Ben Munkhorst. So he kicks down the line, trying to find a set of hands. Target there was Gemmell, but it couldn't quite get his hands on it. Joel Smith got the footy at the moment. Handball over the top. Some dangerous footy being played at the moment. Just sort of up and over, but Olinda Ferny Creek got it. A weird top spinning barrel thing happened down the line. It was such an odd ball spin, and we'll get a stoppage, a throw-in on the far side of the ground. Just near the 50-metre arc. You can have it now, Aiden. I've just cracked it.
No, that's all right. So boundary throw-in. Forward to centre for Olinda Ferny Creek on the outer side wing. Up it goes. Wallace and Munkhorst. Munkhorst tried to get it from the back. It was Wallace from the front. Rosier gathered the football but was taken in the tackle straight away. So 22 points separates the two sides if you're just tuning in. Woori Yallock 5-5-35 to Olinda Ferny Creek 9-3-57. Wallace wins the tap. Peter Lucas runs onto it. Can he get the ball under his control? No, he can't. And the Tigers find themselves on the counter-attack. Ball goes out of bounds as an appeal for insufficient intent. None forthcoming. It will just be another boundary throw in. Much more central this time on the outer side wing. So the Tigers starting to regain some ascendancy, but still find themselves in arrears. Still need to get the next couple of goals to really get themselves back into the contest. Monkhorst to the front, wins the tap. And they've turned it over again here. Peter Lucas through the middle of the ground. Sends Olinda Ferny Creek inside forward 50. Desta's the target. The ball bounces in front of him. He's in a 1-on-1 up against Boonches. Clever knock on. Did it beautifully to Seal. And the mark is taken inside forward 50. And Olinda Ferny Creek will get another look in front of goal. Good passage of play. Well done, Desta. Well done, Seal. And here's a golden opportunity for the Bloods in the hand of Etienne Greer-Smith-Rowe. This to push it back out to 28 points the difference for their 10th goal of the afternoon. From about 30 metres out directly in front, Greer-Smith-Rowe. And he comes. Starts at the left. It's not coming back. Is there a mark on the line? It's kept in play. Woori with all the representation. Boonches took on the world. And probably cleverly rushed it over for a behind.
Certainly was the right idea in the end. He was getting so much pressure and just had to do something with it.
And that's the importance of understanding the rules. You can do that. So, up the corridor go Woori Yallock. Long kick. No mark can be taken by Monkhorst. They're about to be inside forward 50 again. Here the Bloods. The handball though to Greer-Smith-Rowe didn't quite find him. Good strong tackle is laid by Harvey Smith. And he's been rewarded. Free kick for holding the ball. Smith dishes off to the skipper. Basoli, who's taken down. And Basoli just caught napping. There was no communication whatsoever. And Jethro Von Hess will line them up from 45 metres out.
Came from nowhere and no one said a word to him.
Yep. He had absolutely no idea, Cody Basoli. You've got to be better than that in the communication department. He had absolutely no idea. And Jethro Von Hess will line up for goal. This to potentially put it out to a 29-point difference for the Bloods, who've had all the ascendancy so far really in this first half. So Woori have got the last two. This just to get a bit of a steadier for the Bloods. In comes Von Hess from outside the arc. Distance not a problem. And neither was accuracy. He's got it. His first goal for the afternoon. The Bloods 10th. 10-4-64 to Woori 5-5-35. We're going 16 minutes into the second quarter.
It shows you how good the pressure is in the forward line. So Olinda Ferny Creek just absolutely everywhere. Tackles being laid. And it was just a really well done tackle. You know what? No notes. No notes. It was really just well done. Probably Woori Yallock maybe should have let him know that there was someone behind him, but he was moving quicker than the flash, so it was pretty hard to give him any warning.
You did say you love defensive forward lines, Adam, and that was a defensive forward line at its finest.
100%. Love that. Anyway, up goes the footy. In the middle of the ground, Monkhorst got the winning tap down, but not quite to a possession, but kicking off the ground there was Basuli. Basuli got it forward, but it was taken in the hands of Kelsey Curry for Olinda Ferny Creek. So Olinda Ferny Creek will have the opportunity to take it out of their defence. So kick it down the line on the far side of the ground. Target was Desta. Desta couldn't take it, but in fact under the footy as well was Grainall. So back into the middle now. Being slung around in circles there was Greer-Smith-Rowe, and we'll get a stoppage right on that far wing on the pavilion side of the ground. There. Pretty new looking pavilion, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
So we'll get a boundary throw in actually. So over his head in the middle of the ground, Riley Monkhorst tried to get the tap, couldn't quite. Tried to take it out of the ruck and it didn't quite work for him. So we'll have another stoppage about a metre or two over to the left of where we just had the first one. This time it will be a ball up. However, oh no, I thought I heard a whistle, but maybe I'm losing it. Riley Monkhorst got the grab, couldn't quite get it to a teammate. So Olinda Ferny Creek have it up the middle, but they've lost possession as well. So here come the Tigers, kicking to the forward 50. No mark taken. I thought that maybe he'd get it off the ground. Left foot snap for Gibson. And he's kicked it out of bounds on the full, just pushed it a bit far, couldn't quite get the hook on it. So that's the danger of kicking around the body, isn't it, Aiden?
Yeah, no, exactly right. On the non-preferred boot as well. Probably didn't have a whole lot to go to though, Gibson, but just didn't quite work out for him in the end. So the Bloods have got the ball in the back pocket. They get a reprieve in defence. They go to the outer side of the ground. It's going to fly over the head of Ethan Greenall, but they've got representation out the back so they can keep possession for the moment. But it's socket inside forward 50. Marsh is the target. And it's gone out of bounds on the full again for Woori Yallock.
I tell you what, though, both teams will have to adjust to these conditions. It has just started raining.
Yep.
And it's only a bit of a sprinkle at the moment, but I can absolutely see this getting heavier.
There we go. So a long kick down the line from Paddy Seymour. There's a big fly from the back from Desta. Couldn't get to the front spot, though. The Bloods continue to press. High up and under ball. Ben Monkhorst parked himself underneath it. Couldn't take the mark. The Bloods just surge it forward. Toma, will he get an accommodating bounce? No, he won't. Just continues to sock it forward. Being corralled by Harvey Smith. Was there a push? No, umpire allows it. And it will be a boundary thrown at half forward for Olinda Ferny Creek. Now a bit of sun starting to poke out. It is the most Melbourne day for weather I've ever seen.
It's still raining.
Do you reckon sun showers happen anywhere else in the world?
Nah.
I don't reckon they do. So
Maybe the Amazon.
So it's a boundary throw in out of side of the ground at half forward for Olinda Ferny Creek. Lucas is lurking. He's got the ball in his hands now, but he's taken in the tackle straight away. The umpire's circling the ball. Pinballs in and out of the contest. It's going absolutely nowhere now. What can they do here? The Bloods continuing to try and extend this margin. They're 29 points ahead at the moment. So Desta in the ruck this time. Tap one down, though, by Zach Monkhorst. A pitching wedge sent to half-back. Cuthbert parks himself underneath it. Can't take the mark. Taken by Rozier, but the ball's trickled over the boundary line. Has it? Now it's a free kick to Olinda Ferny Creek.
I think it was paid by the out-of-zone umpire and it was just communicated back to.
I think you're right, yep. So Cuthbert back in towards the corridor to Tonkin. Tonkin, he does go into the corridor to Seymour. He's got himself up the ground. Seymour got a couple of short options. Curry's one of those, but he goes to the other one in Hyatt. He can come out wide. Got the option here in Clark. He'll go beyond him, though. He'll send the Bloods inside forward 50. Desta will fly from the back. Will he? No, he won't. Atchison paddles it back the other way. Here's a chance for Polton on hands and knees. He's been corralled by about three Olinda Ferny Creek players. Toma couldn't gather the ball cleanly. Dare provided a good contest, and now the Tigers are on the counter-attack. Falls into the hands of Collette. Check side to centre half forward. Alex Marsh, can he get the Jets on? He needs to get the ball cleanly. He's been corralled by that man there, Ford, but Ford is going to win the contest, and he might even rush it over, will he? Yes, he will. Well done on that occasion by Tom Ford. Just takes the ball over the goal line, rushes it through for a behind. 5-6-36 now, or Olinda Ferny Creek. Woori Yallock to Olinda Ferny Creek, 10-4-64. So Seymour with the kick-in duties. Just chips it in short to Curry. So looking to bring the ball to the broadcast side of the ground. Got a few short options as Kelsey Curry. Rozier is one of those who'll go beyond him, though. Desta leading up to the football. He's got the city now, Desta. Won't quite get the fly. Now they try and go back the other way. Rozier's involved once again. Desta on hands and knees. Can he get the ball clear? No, he can't. He's turned it over. That was a throw, surely, from Geordie Williams. Yep, the umpire spotted it. And a free kick to Zach Seal.
So Seal will have the footy at the moment. Just sort of kicked it back. And just an easy one to Tonkin. Tried to kick it in board. It was touched on the way through by Woori Yallock. So no mark could be taken. We'll get a stoppage at the top of the forward 50. And it was really well done to get a hand to it. I didn't quite see who it
was. Gibson.
It was Gibson. Okay,
tried to spin out of trouble. Just couldn't do so.
Couldn't quite do it. I was going to say, look, there's only a certain amount of people who are that tall on this footy field. But I figured it had to be someone. So thumping it forward is Woori Yallock. Couldn't quite get any possession. Couldn't Marsh. Dare's got the footy at the moment, trying to bust his way through a tackle and just couldn't quite do it either. But they have gained a good 20 metres of territory here. Have Woori Yallock. So the Tigers, just inside their forward line at the moment, will have another ball up and another stoppage. As we just help each other up, do the players. So out comes the footy again. No real possession winner, but Olinda Ferny Creek get it on the boot. I believe it was Rozier, but it sort of just went straight up into the air. Intention was Clark, but couldn't quite hang on to it. There was a player hanging on to him too. But there's so many Bloods worth of numbers around this footy. But it's sort of not really with anyone. Von Hess was the one who got it out. Swung around to the left boot. Frankie Seal tried to pick it up. Couldn't quite. Lockie Taylor tried to land on the tackle. Couldn't do that either. And a push in the back has been paid against, I believe it's Hyatt, it is. So it'll come back towards this side of the ground as we get a better look on this one, which I'm pretty happy about because they did try and kick it as far away from us as possible. So we'll have to say, I didn't quite say who has the free kick though.
Hunter Ryan.
It is Hunter Ryan. So Hunter Ryan will get an opportunity to put him inside 50. So just hesitating, having a look around. So he just sends it to the top of the 50 and marking it there.
Well
who else would it be? So Taylor Gibson's taken another one. I reckon he's directly out in front. And I reckon he's about, maybe 35. So he's going to have to kick it from 40, which, I mean, we know that's not a problem, do we? So it'll be all about accuracy and maybe with this, a bit of a iffy conditions, That'll be the only factors here.
This will put him into the nervous 90s, Adam.
It sure will. So for his 4th of the day, he'll approach the goals. And he's just going to put it on the right boot. No, he's just pushed it to the right side. There was a little bit of hesitation. I don't know if I was there. Like just before the ball dropped, it almost like he wanted to have another step. I don't know, maybe I was just imagining things, but he just felt a bit cramped.
He did lean back on a bit, so Seymour with the kicking duties once again. Looked into the corridor. Taylor's a long option. That's where he goes. Lockie Taylor, can he fly from the side? No, the kick's a bit shallow. Maybe a chance for Giacob. It's gathered though by Angus Smith. Kick towards the boundary line. 1-on-1 contest. Oh, Harvey Smith. He was met with some heavy contact there from Zach Seal. And the ball trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. So the Bloods, can they exit defensive 50 once again? So Zach Munkhorst will go up in the ruck this time again, up against Josh Wallace. Up it goes. Zach Munkhorst will get to the front. He'll tap it down to Williams, who gets the ball under his control. Sends the Tigers inside forward 50. Gibson's there. Can't take the mark. Maybe a chance for Thompson. He can't gather the ball cleanly either. Huge numbers around the ball. What can the Bloods do here? What can the Tigers do? Maybe a chance for Joel Smith, but again, it's taken over to safety. And the Bloods defence, happy to do that. And why wouldn't you? It's within the rules. Rush it over. So a rush behind for Woori Yallock, 5-8-38. They are now to Olinda Ferny Creek, 10-4-64. As we start to near half-time. Seymour, box provides a lead, but he goes short. Oh, just gets it over the head of Marsh. Into the hands of Curry. Got a short option of Von Hess, but he's turned it over, has he? Oh, well done, Mitch Arnold. Gutsy. Met with some fierce contact there from Tom Ford, but it didn't bother him at all. Now he tries to send the Bloods, or sorry, the Tigers back the other way. Geordie Williams is going to get a look at goal because he took the mark, and I think a 25-metre penalty has been paid, and it has. So Geordie Williams could potentially get this back to 20 points the difference, and he'll line them up from 20 out directly in front.
Kelsey Curry looking very sore.
Yep.
As well.
So Geordie Williams, we saw him kick a ripper goal a couple of weeks ago. This one, a much easier task, but so crucial for the Tigers right before half-time. Get it back to 20 points the difference. And Geordie Williams, he's missed. Can you believe it?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Geordie Williams, a golden opportunity, has gone begging for the Tigers. Their star player misses a very gettable opportunity. 5-9-39 now, Woori Yallock to Olinda Ferny Creek, 10-4-64. Again, Seymour with a kick and duty, so the 9th behind of the afternoon for the Tigers. Still a 25-point margin for Olinda Ferny Creek. So the ball's back over the fence. Paddy Seymour. Lockie Taylor directing him into the corridor, so the Bloods want to continue to attack. High up and under ball. Taylor will park himself underneath it, but Gibson parks himself behind the footy, sends the ball to centre half forward, and Marsh will take the mark. They appeal for another 25-metre penalty. It won't come this time, but Alex Marsh will line them up and has to kick the ball nearly about 50 metres. Again, another crucial opportunity here for Woori Yallock right before half-time. They need to get this margin back to under 20 points. So what can the Tigers vice-captain do? Just the one behind in the afternoon so far. Can he get his first goal and breathe some life back into this game? Distance not a problem. Will it hold the line? It most certainly will. Alex Marsh has got his first, and the Tigers get it back to 19 points the difference. 10-4-64 of the Bloods to Woori Yallock, 6-9-45. We'll be going 27 minutes into the second quarter.
Absolutely, and you know what? Woori Yallock have been putting up such a good fight in the latter half of this quarter.
Yep.
I know that Olinda Ferny Creek still kicked a couple in this second quarter, but they've kept the territory even if they haven't used the most of their goals. But Woori Yallock, it was far more down their end of the ground this quarter.
Most certainly, Adam.
So we'll come back to the middle. As looked like for a second that two Woori Yallock players were going to jump, but obviously not. So the footy goes up once more, and there's the halftime siren. So just a pretty interesting quarter, to be honest. Really well fought from both sides, and it's still Woori Yallock trailing at the moment.
Yep, that's it. So 19 points separates the two sides. Olinda Ferny Creek 10-4-64 to Woori Yallock 6-9-45. And the margin stays pretty much the same as what it was at quarter time. The Tigers in the end actually won that quarter, cutting the margin down to 2 points. But Olinda Ferny Creek definitely taking their opportunities going forward, Adam. They've got less scoring shots, but a 19-point lead. Yeah,
absolutely. And obviously there was a couple of times that quarter where behinds were conceded. Only I think one of them was rushed. Maybe two of them were rushed, sorry. And so it looked for a moment that it was going to be a very similar quarter.
Yep.
Where the ball was just going to get locked down Olinda Ferny Creek's end, but it turned out not to be the case, and Woori came out fighting, and it was a much more interesting contest.
It most certainly was. We'll now take a look at some scores from around the grounds. Adam will take you through, first of all, the Division 1 qualifying final in the senior footy between Seville and Warburton Millgrove.
Yeah, so Seville and Warburton Millgrove. Seville are well in front, so 38 points at the moment, 9-6-60 to Warburton Millgrove's 3-4-22, which not necessarily an upset, but it's certainly not it wasn't expected for such a large result.
Yeah.
As much as I thought that maybe Seville were going to come away with a win.
There we go.
But certainly not by this much. I figured it might be close.
Yep.
But certainly it's quite an interesting one. I'm just trying to have a look at some goal kickers. Just Elides has got 2. O'Keefe's got 2, Saniga's got 1, Aloy's got 1, Trellope's got 1, Broadway's got 1. So pretty spread out for Seville.
There we go.
Yeah, and only the 3 goals for Warburton Millgrove in Humphrey, Hewitt and Lee. So just pretty spread out for both sides. No big bag kickers yet.
Yep, going through the A-grade netball in the qualifying final here earlier today. Wandon 65. Half action is underway at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve. Wallace went early, but the tap was won down by Moncourse. Rosier pursuing the football, gets it under his control, but taken in the tackle straight away by Williams. And it will be take 2 in the centre. So if you are just tuning in, it is 19 points the difference the way of Olinda Ferny Creek. Monkhorst again wins the tap. Hyatt couldn't shark it, but they try to go back the other way. Do the Bloods gather beautifully by Seal. Gets a kick away on the left. Can Giacob run onto it? Yes, he can, and he's taken it cleanly. Desta's the deepest forward if he spots him, and he does. Low trajectory ball will be cut off beautifully done by Robbie Allen. Read it beautifully and, more importantly, took it cleanly in the conditions. High up and under ball to a 2-on-1, favouring Olinda Ferny Creek. Dare was their front on contact. Umpire calls him to go. Was he held? Umpire still calls him to go. Zach Seal now got the ball under his control. He's tackled straight away. Adam wanted holding the ball, none forthcoming. He did take him on.
He did take him on. That's just what I thought maybe. Umpire might have seen that one, but...
Up it goes.
No.
So tap one by Wallace from the back. Hyatt lays a good strong tackle. Ball going nowhere. Collette being corralled beautifully. Ball does spill out momentarily, but then pinballs back in. Again, the umpire circling this ball going absolutely nowhere, and it will be another stoppage on the outer side wing. Up it goes just forward to centre for Olinda Ferny Creek again. Monkhorst gets the tap, but it was sharked by Seal. His kick was smothered. Rosier gets one much cleaner away. Tomer did well. Thumped the ball inside forward 50. Can they get numbers out the back here? The Bloods dumping tackle laid by Lockie Taylor. Kick out of the pack from Peter Lucas as well and truly offline. And I believe has missed the whole lot. It has. So no score as of yet in his second half. Peter Lucas just couldn't get the hook on the kick. It was always going to be a big ask. And Woori with a reprieve in their defensive 50. And unfortunately for Jacob Atchison, he might have to jump the fence here, will he? No, he won't. Someone was behind the goals in the end.
Thank goodness.
So Atchison in the back pocket. We were going to be waiting eternity otherwise. So a few players lead to the outer side of the ground for Atchison. He's got Mitch Arnold on the broadcast side, but he will go long down the line. Monkhorst flew but couldn't take the mark. It goes over his head and the ball again trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play on the outer side of the ground. Again, it'll be Wallace and Monkhorst to contest the ruck.
So we'll get a bench throw-in on that far side of the ground. We can already see the weather playing a part in how the game's been played so far this quarter. A lot more contested footy. But up goes the footy once more. Riley Monkhorst just punches it out of the ruck, and no one really wanted to be on the end of it, which is fair enough considering there's about 40 people around the footy. So there's another stoppage probably going to happen. It hasn't actually happened yet, and now it has. So umpire was just taking his time, circling the contest, and we'll get another stoppage at about, just near the centre square. So punched across, did Riley Monkhorst, didn't quite get the tackle. I thought maybe high contact, but umpire said, no, thank you, I'll take that back, and we'll have another stoppage. So like I said, repeat stoppages becoming a theme early in this third quarter. Monkhorst winning the tap, tapped it down into the hands of Dare. Dare handed it off, gave it to Basuli. Basuli going for a bit of a run, getting it to Marsh. Marsh on the boot, and did find a man there in Zach Monkhorst, and out the back, maybe is Arnold, but...
No, Gibson pointed the goal straight away, so he's going to go back and line them up. He probably, maybe in the conditions they just didn't want to stuff it up, but
yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, it would have been ideal because Arnold was going to be just about running into an open goal.
Yeah, most definitely. So Zach Monkhorst with the footy at the moment takes the kick. Distance looks pretty good, but it's been marked on the goal line actually. So I've just cursed everybody involved. So Mark taken on the goal line.
Seymour
will take the kick out in a pretty standard position, to be honest. So kick it to the broadcast side, looking for Desta. Desta's Oh, and a free kick's been paid against Woori Yallock. Against Olinda Ferny Creek for Woori Yallock. I thought Desta may have gotten the mark, but kicked inside deep forward 50. Seymour couldn't get a hand to it, roving it. Couldn't quite get it to boot, could Monkhorst. Oh my word, he's almost suplexed himself, did the Woori Yallock player. Just a bit of a WWE style move down in the corner there by Gibson, but sort of on himself and not up to anyone else. So up goes the footy once more. Tapped into the middle from Gibson. Is there anyone on the end of it for the Tigers? At the moment, not really. Smith got the footy, tapped it forward. And I thought there was going to be a stoppage. Umpire's called play on. And there'll be another stoppage, about 25 out directly in front. This is some very hectic footy going on at the moment, isn't it?
It is most certainly, Adam. Good ruck craft there a couple of moments ago from Taylor Gibson to get it back into the corridor over his head, but no one could gather the ball cleanly, so these conditions are certainly playing a part. It looks like the rain might have just eased up a little bit, but it is going to be greasy underfoot for a little while.
Sure will be.
So another stoppage inside the forward 50 of Woori Yallock, who are pressing. Gibson will just grab it out of the ruck. Oh, he just couldn't quite take it cleanly. He had it for the taking. Plenty of players on hands and knees. This ball is going to go absolutely nowhere, and we'll have another stoppage deep inside the forward 50 of Woori Yallock. So the congestion's not going to help them. Up it goes. Socket out of the ruck. Is it going to go through? Was it touched? Monkhorst tried to kick it over his head.
There's been a free kick paid for front on contact.
Right on the goal line. So Seymour, the recipient, who's had plenty of the ball today. So Paddy Seymour, Tonkin provided a lead. That's where he looks to go. Tonkin gets to the front, can't stick the mark. Can the Tigers lock it in? Here is Hunter Ryan. Slipped over at the inopportune time. Greenhill's got the ball under his control, but he's escorted over the boundary line. And it will be thrown back into play on the broadcast side of the ground at half forward for Woori Yallock. So they're locking the ball in their end, the Tigers, but just haven't been able to find the avenue to goal. Can they get some separation inside the forward 50? Up it goes. Wallace to the front, wins the tap. Got it down to Hyatt, gathered it cleanly, got the handle away just in time. Peter Lucas being corralled. Goes backwards to go forwards. Into the hands of Hyatt once again, looking for Giacob. Smith provided a contest. Ball comes to ground level, gathered by Allen. He keeps them moving forward. Here's a chance for Angus Smith up against Von Hess. Peter Lucas gets himself involved once again, gets the handle away just in time. Von Hess kick around his body. No one can gather the ball cleanly for the moment. Opportunity for Toma. In goes Boonches. And that ball going absolutely nowhere. We'll have another stoppage this time on the broadcast wing here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve. So Olinda Ferny Creek now just getting some territory back the other way. Up it goes again. Wallace and Monkhorst. Monkhorst kicks his own tap, looking for Dare. Cuthbert flew, couldn't stick the mark. Here is Geordie Williams. Thompson taken, just got a fist to it. Did he? No. Holding the ball is paid. Took him on. An incorrect disposal. So well done, Percy Hyatt, who thought about pulling the switch to Curry. Brings it back in, boy. This might be turned over. No Dare got a fist onto it. Here is Atchison. Can he gather the ground level ball? Yes, he can. Getting a kick away just in time was Monkhorst. Here is Thompson once again to mop up his work. Williams swings onto the left. Doesn't get the kick, though. Handballs back to Thompson. Thompson sends the ball to half forward, looking for Gibson. Appeals for a hold. None forthcoming. Long kick off the boot of Jessup, high up under ball, but Woori Yallock with all the representation, but they've got to communicate. In the end, it was Monkhorst who took the mark. Boonches and Williams gave him some room. He's got Hunter Ryan down the line, brings the ball back in towards the corridor, finds Robbie Allen, so they pull the switch here of the Tigers. To the outer side of the ground they go, under the agency of Joel Adams. He can continue to move them forward, but he's being corralled. He'll come back the other way, so Robbie Allen will get involved once again. He's got Ryan and Monkhorst on the broadcast side of the ground. Monkhorst is where he decides to go, but the kick's a bit shallow. It does eventually fall into the hands of Riley Monkhorst. Kick to centre half forward, and he finds Thompson, who can line them up. Thompson wheels around to the right, sets sail for home, and he's got it! And Woori Yallock at the first of the second half. Kane Thompson has nailed it, back to 13 points for the difference.
That was a huge kick, and there was so much on it, not only in terms of power, but what it means for their position in this game. And you could see, I believe it was Zach Monkhorst, he was just shepherding it through, just went, no, I'm not taking that, that's fantastic. So just stuck it through, just immediately through the big sticks, and it was very well done. So Woori Yallock fighting their way back into this game.
Good decision there from Monkhorst, because could have easily taken it and kicked it into the open goal, but never know in these wet conditions. He might have dropped the chest mark potentially, and it might have been a behind, so they'll take that for sure.
Absolutely, they will. So in the middle, up goes the footy. So winning the tap there, Monkhorst, but Wallace has gotten his hands on the footy first, but he actually hasn't got a clean possession. So Woori Yallock get a chance to enter forward 50, bounces over the head of Marsh. Who's that chasing it there? I believe it's Gemmell. Gemmell tracked it back. Oh, my word. Tracked it back to the boundary line. And taken over very heavily was Harvey Smith. I thought maybe we were going to have an incident with the fence, and luckily we avoided anything of the sort. So in comes the footy once more in the ruck. No one really won it, to be honest. Wallace didn't win it, but dropping the footy there has been paid. So free kick going to Woori Yallock after, I believe, I want to say Hyatt, but I don't think it is. In
Cuthbert.
fact, it's Cuthbert. Oh, but Wallace is on the mark, but I guess that doesn't really matter at all. But he does have to kick over a tall man, does know Adair.
Yep.
So Dare, who's had a huge impact on this game so far, will come in looking for his first of the afternoon. Up it goes. It just drifts slightly right. You could tell he wasn't particularly happy with it off the boot, which is rather unfortunate for Noah Dare after the amazing game that he started off having this.
Yeah.
This very, I was going to say this very fine day, but that's a bit subjective. So Paddy Seymour had the opportunity to play on out of the goal square once he gets it back from the coffee van. And umpire just blowing his whistle. Doesn't like where the Olinda Ferny Creek players are standing.
Yeah, time forward in that protected zone.
So down the line, actually, it's towards the commentary box. And we get a very good view of that cut-off mark. Really well done there by Bunches. So Bunches will get it on the right boot. Kick it to the top of the 50. Who's there? Oh, wow, that is a fantastic mark. I did not think it was going to be taken, but very, very strong. I assume it's Gibson.
It is, yep.
To be honest, I thought Gibson was at the back, and then I went, hang on a minute. No, he's not. So Gibson at the top of the 50.
Second crack at the nervous 90s,
yeah,
Adam.
Exactly right. So he's on his 89.
Yep.
And he's missed the last one that he had a look at. And we did say it was for the nervous 90s, so maybe I won't say anything this time. So he'll just get himself prepared. I reckon he knows. So in he comes. Very slow, calculated. He has to be a little bit more careful in this wetter weather. On the boot, loads it up. I mean, distance isn't going to be a problem at all, but he just fades it to the right-hand side again. So another missed opportunity there for Taylor Gibson and Woori Yallock.
3-3 now.
3 for the afternoon, so certainly needs to make a little bit better of the goal kicking. Not just him, but just I think Woori Yallock too. That'll get him back into this game.
Exactly right, Adam. 18 scoring shots to 14, but it is the Bloods with the lead despite having 4 less scoring shots. And he was kicking so well at the start of this game, Taylor Gibson, but he's just lost his way a little bit. So the Bloods, they haven't had the momentum these last probably 10 minutes of this game. Rosier dishes off to Lucas. Here is Kelsey Curry, gets a kick away on the left to a 2-on-1, but Tomer will take the mark, will he know? Slipped for the fingers, good contest provided by Atchison. Robbie Allen steps around a couple, gets a check side away, should pitch inside the field of play. Can Thompson keep it in? No, he can't. It'll be a boundary thrown right in front of our commentary position here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve on the broadcast wing. So again, it'll be Josh Wallace and Riley Monkhorst to do battle on the ruck. Up it goes. Monkhorst to the front. Gets the tap. Goes back the other way. Lucas will soccer it forward, but he's sent it out of bounds on the full. And Woori Yallock can go back the other way. The recipient will be Ben Monkhorst. So the Tigers, if they can get the next one, they'll get it back within a goal. They were all of 5 goals behind in that second quarter. Hunter Ryan provides a lead, but it goes all the way back to Robbie Allen. So the Tigers are going to pull the switch here. Simpson, one option in towards the corridor. So too is Angus Smith, but Robbie Allen decides to continue down the broadcast side of the ground. Cody Basoli will park himself underneath it in a 1-on-1 against Wallace. Taylor Gibson gets up the ground, came up to meet the football. Here is Angus Smith. Long kick looking for Marsh. Flying in from the side was Arnold, but here is Marsh. Got an accommodating bounce. Gets himself out of the back. Handball into the corridor. Over the top. Joel Smith. Kick towards goal. Nailed it.
No.
Another one touched off the boot. There we go. Had the accuracy. That's the second time there's been one touched off the boot for Woori Yallock.
Really well done by James Box. Really well done to touch that one off the boot. Just got his long arms out there. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks massive.
So again, Seymour. What is it, Seymour? Or is it? No, it's Greenall, I think. In fact, Greenall, low trajectory ball is a good one. And this is Kelsey Curry, who thought about dishing off to Greenall, but probably the right option not to do so. So Kelsey Curry, he's being corralled by Smith, but he stepped around him eventually. Sends the kick away on the right boot. High up and under ball. Will the mark be taken? It spills over the back. It's a foot race. Tomer will get there first. Does he sock it off the ground? Oh, he did. But it was a fresh air swing, and Atchison will rush it to safety. So he gets it over the line. So another behind going the way of Olinda Ferny Creek on this occasion. Back to 11 points the difference. 10-5-65 they are to Woori Yallock 7-12-54. as the Tigers can try and get the ball out of the defensive 50 into the hands of Thompson.
So Thompson with the footy at the moment. And 25 metres has been paid. I'm not 100% sure. I think protected zone infringement.
Yep, I think so.
On that far side. So Thompson still got the footy. Swings around on the right. Just a short little chip kick to the outside wing here. And Gibson. So Gibson a lot further up the ground than he would usually be. But maybe that's what they need at the moment. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Couldn't quite find a set of hands of the Tigers. So Olinda Ferny Creek just get the rebound footy. Bounced really poorly for everyone else, but really well for
downfield.
Smith. And a downfield free kick will be given after Taylor was taken a bit high after he kicked it.
Oh, no, simultaneous. Apparently.
Yeah, no, not downfield. So I think just interesting. So I guess it wasn't too late. So kicked into the corridor. Oh, it was a bit up and over. And it landed right in the hands of Tonkin. So Tonkin, just a short kick down the middle to Von Hess. Von Hess on the right boot. Now, this is the long kick. See who's on the end of this one. Paddy Seymour is very far up the field at the moment. He might end up with it, but he taps it on. Lucas Smith. No, he's been marked on the goal line.
Robbie Allen.
Robbie Allen, again, goal saving. Oh, and really well marked there as well by Ben Monkhorst. Monkhorst kicked down the line, and they found some space, have the Tigers. So Woori Yallock, they have to actually play back. Von Hess corralling Monkhorst. But Monkhorst kicks it into the corridor, but no one can be marked it. Dester's got the footy at the moment. Off the boot, and hands it off. Oh, it's a bit contested footy in this forward line here. There's lots of Tigers players everywhere. No one really knows what to do with it. But Woori Yallock give it away again. Another great spinning move. And Mark couldn't quite be taken either. So Toma was denied the opportunity to play. Woori Yallock playing it down the broadcast side of the ground. It's a short kick, and it's been intercepted again by Greenall. So it's been a bit of a game of tennis at the moment. A short chip kick, giving it to Taylor. Taylor will back up and just let everyone reposition themselves. He's going to have to assess all the options he's got. Short chip kick, and really well marked. So pretty simple mark in the end for Cuthbert. So Cuthbert doesn't know. He thought about handing it off just then. It turns out he didn't. So chuck it on the left boot. Wheeled around. Who can get there? Not quite Dester.
Robbie Allen again.
Robbie Allen has been playing a fantastic last 10 minutes, hasn't he, Aidan?
He's been brilliant as he kicks the ball into the back pocket and finds Joel Adams. So Robbie Allen, what a third quarter he's had, really stepping up. The Bloods have had the ascendancy in these last few minutes, have won the territory. Is that... No, Monkhorst got there just in the field of play. So the Tigers only 11 points behind now after trailing by 5 goals in that second quarter. Monkhorst, how about that from the big man? Stepped around the player on the mark, high up and under ball, nearing half forward. Can a mark be taken? Nearly a chance for Tom Ford to intercept, but couldn't stick it. Ball comes back in towards the corridor. Opportunity for Angus Smith. Huge numbers around the football. And the umpire circles and calls for a ball up. Forward to centre now for Woori Yallock, who've got themselves right back into this contest, but want to get this next goal. So Noah Dester will go up on the ruck up against Riley Monkhorst. Up it goes. Monkhorst got the better of the tap. Angus Smith tries to gather it. Couldn't take it cleanly. Another whistle, free kick, and I think it's going to go the Tigers' way. It is. Smith will be the recipient. He'll load up on the left. He'll send the Tigers inside forward 50. Gibson on the lead. Got it! And Taylor Gibson once again imposes himself on this game. He hasn't quite had the radar the last part of the second quarter, early part of this third quarter. He's 3 goals, 3 for the moment. But this to get it back within 5 points. And also, again, to hit the nervous 90s. He's got 89 goals for this season, Taylor Gibson. So big opportunity for the big Woori Yallock spearhead. In he comes with a slow and deliberate approach to get it back into single digits. Taylor Gibson, low trajectory ball. Again, he's offline. 3 goals, 4 he is now.
Oh, no.
7-13 now, Woori Yallock. 7-13-55 to 10-5-65. The Bloods still lead by 10 points. Paddy Seymour again to bring the ball back into play. Looks to the outer side of the ground. Tonkin, the short option, but he's going to go beyond him. So looking for Zach Seal, maybe. Atchison will fly from the back. He tried to claim the mark. In fact, he's going to get it. So it didn't come off any of the hands of the Olinda Ferny Creek players. Atchison chips it out wide. Robbie Allen very high up the ground. Where can he go? Gibson, is it, or is it Zach Monkhorst calling for it? He sends it in the Gibson direction. Won't be able to get the mark. Where are the crumbers out the back? In goes Monkhorst on hands and knees. It is an absolute chaos football inside the forward 50 of Woori Yallock. They try and soccer the ball out of there looking for Rosier. There's a whistle. And it's going to be a free kick going to go the way of Olinda Ferny Creek. So they'll get a reprieve in defence. And Paddy Seymour will be the recipient. Seymour just backpedals off the mark. Low trajectory ball. Oh, it works out in the end onto the chest of Greenall. It was a bit wobbly, but it found a target in the end. So Ethan Greenall in no real hurry to do anything. As the sun starts to poke out a little bit here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve, Greenall looks to take on the corridor, finds Jacob. Jacob got Tom Ford out wide. That's where he goes. Tom Ford finds himself on the end of this kick. Comes back in towards the corridor. Oh, no, the mark was spilled by Box. Maybe a chance to go back the other way, but Jacob mopped up the work. Now he tries to spin around a couple. Umpire calls him to go. Was that holding the ball? Gee, it was interesting. Jacob tried to spin out of trouble, and he dropped the footy in the tackle. The umpire let him get away with it.
So we'll have a stoppage right in front of the box in front of us here. Up goes the footy once more. Desta couldn't quite get the tap. Monkhorst gets it. Rosier handballed it out and it just bounced right off the chest there of Cuthbert. So in goes forward 50 for Woori Yallock, trying to get their hands on the footy and landing in the back of, I believe it was Jessup, was Monkhorst of the Zach variety. So Olinda Ferny Creek have the opportunity to play outside of the defensive 50 at the moment, so they just kick it back. Just going to take their time, just blow some time off the clock. We're 20 minutes into this third quarter, and we kick it long down the line. Do Olinda Ferny Creek, but couldn't quite find a set of hands that belonged to their teammates. But running through the middle now, who's got it now? Rosier. Rosier to Desta. Desta on the boot, trying to find Smith, and he's found him. Really well done. The kick was fantastic.
It was,
He knew not to just take it for himself and not just to kick it blazing, guns blazing from 50. And it was really smart to look for that shorter kick, especially in these wet and wild conditions as the sun pokes out again.
It does, yep.
My word. This is impossible to predict this place.
You're right, Adam. It was a great kick, and it was just straight to Lucas Smith's advantage. He always had the front position and was able to take the mark on the chest.
And it became very simple for him. So in comes Smith. Just to try and put a bit of breathing space. And he's missed to the left side. So, unfortunately for Olinda Ferny Creek and unfortunately for Smith, I mean, it's only his first blemish on the scoreboard today. And so we'll see Woori Yallock kick it out from the defensive 50 once we get the footy once more. So Woori Yallock playing run and gun up the middle. And a long kick. It's actually gone towards further to the outside wing. Coming out of nowhere was Olinda Ferny Creek and stopping the mark being taken. Really good pressure being put on by the Bloods. But the Tigers still got a little bit of an advantage. But then we'll get a stoppage over the halfway point. And all of a sudden we're in Tigers territory.
So Woori Yallock again get the ball forward to centre. Can they find the next goal? Three-quarter time can't be too far away. 22 minutes have elapsed into this third quarter. Up it goes. Wallace and Zach Monkhorst this time. Zach Monkhorst did it well. Thompson ran into trouble and Rosier forces the interception. The Bloods can go back the other way. Josh Wallace sends the ball to half forward, looking for Smith again. He couldn't quite stick the mark. They get numbers out the back. Ben Monkhorst gathered the ball cleanly. It pinballs around a couple though. Here's an opportunity. No, Desta. Oh no, he ran into trouble and lost the football. Joel Smith got the ball under his control. Sends the ball back the other way and the mark is taken by Collette overhead. Beautifully done. And the Tigers will continue to press. High up another ball to one-on-one contest. There! Can he get it over the back? No, he can't. Had the sit. Just couldn't stick it. Always going to be tricky in these wet conditions to take it overhead. Umpire circling. There's an appeal for holding the ball, but none forthcoming. And again, a stoppage just forward to centre for Woori Yallock. The ball pinballing around both ends of the ground. So Wallace and Zach Monkhorst. Up it goes. Wallace grabs it out of the ruck. Tries to send the ball back the other way. It's a pitching wedge to half forward. Can a mark be taken? No, Ben Monkhorst thumps it back the other way. Does the ball bed everyone? It does. Trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. This time. Deliberate, wow.
Paid deliberate.
Insufficient intent, so Rosie will be the recipient. Can you believe that? Our first insufficient intent free kick for the day. Rosier loads up. Sends the ball inside forward. 50. Desta. Seal maybe. Here's a chance. Kick towards goal. Looks pretty good off the boot. It's gone through. Can you believe that? Something from nothing for the Bloods. And they're out to a 17-point break.
Oh, that's fantastic. To kick that from the boundary line. And made it look so easy too. I didn't quite get who it was. I don't know if it was Tonkin.
I think it might have been.
I think it might have been as well. That's fantastic. Did really, really well and just slotted it. And the goal umpire didn't have to move an inch. just straight over the head. And that's another one for Olinda Ferny Creek.
It is most certainly in a tight corner with a wet footy. And that's so important for the Bloods. Right before three-quarter time, Woori done all the work to get themselves back in, but the Bloods have extended the margin so far from three-quarter time. Geordie Williams tries to break away, but he slipped over. Can the Bloods go back the other way? Can they continue to extend this margin? Ball going nowhere. Umpire circling and calls for a ball up, so it'll be take two in the centre. Woori just need to get this next goal before three-quarter time. Up it goes once again. Thump back the other way. Rosier couldn't gather the football. Von Hess could, and he got Josh Wallace. Josh Wallace gets the kick away to Jacob. Sends the Bloods inside forward 50. Lockie Taylor will park himself underneath. It took an eternity to get down to him. Frankie still in the area. So too was Chris Smith-Rowe. It's going to be tracked back, though, here for the Bloods. Opportunity now. Zach Seal. Kick around his body. Got the accuracy. Does it. Oh, Taylor to the front. Picked the pocket, though. That was Robbie Allen. Mitch Arnold should be able to get the ball under his control here. Couldn't gather it cleanly, though. Socket it forward. It is a chaos football. Marsh comes up to meet it. He ran into a brick wall, but a free kick is going to be paid for a throw. And this is going to go the way of the Bloods. Percy Hyatt will be the recipient. Hyatt has to get behind the player on the mark. That is Alex Marsh. Chips it back into the corridor, and there is a siren for three-quarter time. And what an interesting game we have in our hands. It is a 17-point break heading into the final change. Olinda Ferny Creek 11-6-72 to Woori Alex 7-13-55. The Bloods, again, have just slightly cut the margin from half-time, but they were much closer before the Bloods extended the margin again as we head into the final change. Adam, Woori again, the accuracy is just hurting them.
Absolutely is, and they've had a lot more of the possession in their forward line, but when Olinda go down there, they're scoring, and that's the difference. So Olinda Ferny Creek only going in a couple of times, it felt like, but they did kick a couple of goals. But Woori Yallock, on the other hand, had quite a lot of the possession in their forward 50 or their forward half, and still only came away with a 3-point cut down from the half-time margin.
Absolutely spot on, Adam. I think, the ball lived in Woori Alex end, but that quarter they kicked 1 goal for Olinda Ferny Creek, 1 goal 2, so a 17-point break. We'll take a look now at some scores from around the ground. So firstly, we'll go through the Division 1 senior semi-final between Warburton Millgrove and Seville.
Yeah, so Seville still got the upper hand here. Not an 86-point lead. They're on 8.
We are underway in the final quarter in the qualifying final. So Josh Wallace and Riley Munkhorst again to do battle in the ruck. Munkhorst went early. Neither ruck really got a tap on it. Kane Thompson tries to bust his way through. Here is Basoli. Rosier will get himself involved too. On hands and knees is Riley Munkhorst. He's going to be penalised holding the ball. He dived on it, said the umpire. He's not happy at all too with the decision, Riley Munkhorst, but Peter Lucas, the recipient of the free kick. Greenhill provides a lead out wide, but Peter Lucas wants to send them inside forward 50. Can he get the mark to Seal? No, he's given a free kick away. So Woori Alex with a reprieve in defence early days. So Oscar Simpson, the recipient. Got Arnold up the line if he wants him. Maybe Atchison as well. Low trajectory ball, not the best, and this could be trouble for Woori Alex. Greenhill gathered it cleanly into the hands of Taylor. Taylor checks the kick, sends the ball to the top of the square. Oh, well done, Robbie Allen. What a game he's had today. Steadfast in defence, and he picks it off. Tries to take on the corridor, but he's turned it over. Now it's into the hands of Paddy Rosier. Woori Alex won a 25-metre penalty. Sorry, Olinda Ferny Creek won a 25-metre penalty, but none forthcoming. Box ran around the back of him, but he won't get the handball. Rosier, I reckon, maybe too far out to score. Low trajectory ball. Atchison got his name written all over it. Did he take the mark? No. Ball spills to ground level. Taylor handballs backwards to go forwards, but he's turned it over. Arnold forced the interception. Thompson takes on the corridor. Beautifully done over the top. Taylor Gibson's over the back. Munkhorst will nail it to him. Gibson should run into an open goal. This for his fourth, and this to get the margin back to 11 points, and he puts it away. And the Tigers go end to end.
Absolutely they do, and really well done from Taylor Gibson, staying open. I've noticed that a couple of times today, just being the spare man out the front, and this time it's absolutely paid off. So he kicks his 4th goal of the game, and he makes it to 90 for St.
He's finally hit the nervous 90s.
He just needed one on the run, didn't he?
He did. Well done to Zach Munkhorst. Well done to the Tigers. They took it on, and they get the goal. It's back to 11 points the difference. 8-13-61 to 11-6-72 as the ball comes back into the middle.
So as we wait for the footy to come back, as it ended up quite a fair way over the fence after a easy run into the goal square goal for Taylor Gibson. So we get all the umpires and the players set. Footy goes up in the middle. And up it goes. Winning the tap there was Monkhorst, but barely. So running through the middle, Woori Yallock getting the footy at the moment, but couldn't quite get a clean possession at the minute. So we'll get a Woori Yallock kicking it deep inside forward 50. Mark couldn't quite be intercepted yet, but Paddy Seymour's got the footy at the moment. So kicking it down the line is Woori Yallock, as we just get our photo taken from outside the box. Just for those wondering what on earth was happening there. So we'll get the footy down to Ferny Creek. Have the ball at about just 4 to centre, so they'll get a bit of an up and under kick, came off the top of the ankle almost, and Riley Monkhorst is going to be the one to take the intercepting mark.
So I've got a good old Baz, our finals mascot, the bin chicken. As they come back into the corridor, Simpson parked himself underneath it, took the mark. He dishes off to Malachi Polton. Polton gets a kick away on the left. He finds Marsh at half forward. He's got Monkhorst in the pocket all on his own, but he goes beyond him, looking for Gibson. No mark can be taken. Maybe a chance for Angus Smith. Can he get the ball under his control? He can, and he's nailed it! Smith around the body, back to 5 points the difference. Suddenly, this game is on a cliff edge.
My word, that was a fantastic individual performance just then.
Yep.
Oh, that was very, very impressive. Just managed to dance around a couple, and he made sure to I couldn't quite say who was on the ground, but he just let the Olinda Ferny Creek players know that he's really him, and oh, that was a fantastic, well kicked.
Got to say, Adam, I'm impressed with your commentary performance there. While we're having to take a photo with the finals mascot, you had to look at the camera. You still knew what was going on. That was not easy. So it's back in the middle once again. Woori right back in this game. Only 5 points separates the sides. Up it goes again. Monkhorst goes early, robes his own work, but he's turned it over into the hands of Cuthbert, taken in a dumping tackle. That ball going nowhere. So Woori Yallock gaining a little bit of meterage. And it will be a stoppage in the middle of the ground.
I don't think I've ever tried so hard to smile and keep my mouth not moving and still talk at the same time.
Up it goes. Monkhorst got the better of the tap. It was sharked by Peter Lucas. Was he pushed in the back? No, umpire says it's just going to be another ball up. So once again, ball in the middle of the ground. Up it goes. Wallace got the better of that tap. Peter Lucas being corralled. It is a gridlock in the middle of the ground. Umpire. Oh!
I thought he was going to pay it.
I thought he did.
The way he came in.
Yep. So again, up it goes. Monkhorst. Oh, gee, Wallace got rid of him. Through the legs, though, of Peter Lucas. Oh, Thompson, was he penalised? Yes, he was. Dropped the ball on the tackle. And Olinda Ferny Creek can go back the other way. Was it? Is it? Here we go. A free kick paid by the outer zone umpire. So a block has been paid to Woori Yallock. Atchison, I think, the recipient, is it? No, Simpson. No, it's going to come back in the middle of the ground, so it will go back the other way.
I think the blocking foul. The blocking free kick happened before the ball was even taken for the free kick.
So Thompson, the recipient.
So Thompson got the footy at the moment, tries to kick it to the top of the arc. It looks a bit dangerous. Oh, my word. A couple of the Woori Yallock players run into each other. I think it might have been, was it Monkhorst and Gibson? I think it was. In fact, it was Polton and Gibson's not someone I really want to run into, if I'm completely honest.
No.
So getting the footy at the moment is Woori Yallock with the ball up. Who's running onto it? There's a couple of players floating around, but the Blood's still putting on heaps of defensive pressure. I thought for a second maybe Alex Marshall was going to get it out the back, but not quite. So the footy goes up once more in the forward line of Woori Yallock. Tapped up in the air. Noah Dare looked like he could have run onto it, but no possession can be taken. Chasing it is Smith of the Harvey variety. And we'll have another stoppage in that forward 50 for Woori Yallock. So looking dangerous at the moment are the Tigers. We're just waiting for Olinda Ferny Creek players to get up. Looking a little bit worse for where it was Cuthbert, but the footy goes up once more. Gibson in the ruck at the moment, tapped it down. Couldn't quite find a teammate's hand, so it's been kicked out by Olinda Ferny Creek, but it's been turned over, this footy, and holding the ball is going to be paid against Geordie Williams.
Yep.
Geordie Williams tried to lift the footy over the opponent's head and just couldn't get boot to ball, and that's holding the ball every day of the week.
Exactly right.
So... turned the footy over to Olinda Ferny Creek. I figured it would just land safely in the hands of the player, but no. There's been a free kick paid for high contact, so Olinda Ferny Creek get a little bit of a do-over, which are pretty lucky for them, to be honest. It was looking in a rather irritable position.
It was.
So, bit uneasy at the moment of the Blood, so they just need to take their time and just play this a bit calmer. You can tell that they're a bit up and about. You look at the margin, so long down the line. Trying to get their hands on. Almost a fantastic mark taken. I believe it was from Aitchison, but I couldn't quite tell. So down the line again, but in this term, it's for Woori Yallock. Woori Yallock kick into the 50, but there's no one there for a country mile. Paddy Seymour, the only player in the area, and it'll be a throw in deep inside Woori Yallock's forward 50.
It most certainly will be, so that's a good result for the Tigers. Seymour had his name written all over it, but it beat him to the boundary line, and they get a stoppage inside their forward end. So Wallace in the ruck up against Zach Monkhorst. Taylor Gibson, the deepest forward for the Tigers. Up it goes. Monkhorst to the front, but it was Wallace who got it from the back. Oh, trying to crash his way through, I think was Adams. Monkhorst got the ground level ball. Thompson tries to bust his way through, unable to do so. The Bloods force the interception for the moment, but for how long? Gathered by Harvey Smith, kick out of the pack. He's not going to get the hook on it. Can Gibson get there? He can! He can't take the mark, though. Ball spills to ground level. And it's trickled over the boundary line. It will be thrown back into play once again. Oh, tense moments of the qualifying final. A spot in the second semi-final against Wandon up for grabs. Up it goes. Gibson, will he grab it out of the ruck? No, he won't. Wallace gets the handball away. Taylor kicks them clear. Sorry, it wasn't Taylor. In fact, it was Jessup. Riley Monkhorst parks himself underneath it, and this is going to come straight back in. So Riley Monkhorst got a shove in the contest. Looks at what's up ahead. He'll just send it inside forward 50. Low trajectory ball. Monkhorst can't take the mark of the Zach variety. Through comes Harvey Smith. Was he held? No, but a high tackle is going to go Woori Yallock's way. There's an appeal for a 25-metre penalty. That's not going to come. And Angus Smith, this potentially to put the Tigers in front for the first time since early in the first quarter. He will line them up from 45 out on a bit of an angle. They're 5 points behind at the moment. If he kicks truly, they will be in front of the Tigers. In comes Angus Smith. He kicked a ripper to start off this final quarter. Starts it right. It's coming back. And he's absolutely nailed it. And Woori are in front for the first time since the first quarter.
Oh, my word. Woori are back. Is it a 1 point margin, is it, Aiden?
It is 10-13-73 to 11-6-72. The Tigers have come from the clouds, figuratively and literally.
Yes, they certainly have. It's been a fantastic last few minutes. And look, 1 point margins is not something we're unfamiliar with between these two sides. And, we're looking forward to... This is going to be one heck of a quarter, isn't it?
It is most certainly. Smith with his second goal of the quarter as the ball's back in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Up goes the footy once more. Who's going to win this tap? Wallace sort of got the better of it, but it just sort of landed on the back of his arm, to be honest. But Olinda, Ferny Creek have the chance to get it out. Frankie Seals to follow.
Oh, here we go.
Who is it? Von Hess. Von Hess deep inside forward 50. Who can take the ball? Taken. Really well done by Lucas Smith. And he'll go back and line him up on a 45-degree angle. I reckon he's about 15 metres out. And that is a fantastic mark and really well kicked as well by Von Hess and just knew exactly where to target, didn't he?
What a passage from the centre bounce. And more importantly, Adam, this for his fourth goal. What a day he's had, Lucas Smith.
100%. It's been amazing. So he just lines them up. He knows how much this means to try and reclaim the lead for Olinda, Ferny Creek. In he comes. Lucas Smith. What do you got? And it's pushing left, but he snuck it home. So that's Lucas Smith's fourth for the day. And the Bloods reclaim a 5 point lead and 11 minutes into this fourth quarter.
There we go. So fourth lead change of the game as the ball comes back into the middle. 12-6-78 to 10-13-73. And the Bloods get the instant response as the ball comes back into the middle.
So all the players, you can tell there's a bit of a heightened urgency in this game now. It was looking pretty calm and collected in the second quarter, but it's far from it now. So the umpire throws the ball aloft in the middle again. Wallace didn't get a hand on it. It's all Monkhorst. Monkhorst just grabbed it out of the ruck and chucked it on the boot. It was pretty high. I realised how high that went. I missed it because of how close our roof is. But Olinda Ferny Creek got possession. Kicking it forward to the 50. Couldn't quite get it. Who's looking after it now? Tome was trying to get a possession out. Lockie Taylor trying to get his possession on it too.
Oh, here we go.
Trying to get his hands on it as well. Out the back, there's a spare man there. It's Toma. But there's a possession in the middle, and there'll be a stoppage about halfway into this forward arc. So really important and dangerous times for Woori Yallock. They've got to defend this one with their life.
They do. Daniel Tome had about 15 metres on the nearest Woori defender then.
100% he did. So up goes the footy once more. It's looking like it's going to be a second stoppage. But in fact, it's been marked just outside the 50. But the mark hasn't been paid. So the handballs play on. So running into the middle is Toma. So there's still lots of possession work to be done. Peter Lucas running on the boundary. Right foot check side. There's no way he gets that. And does it pitch Inside, no, it does not. So kicked out on the full from Peter Lucas. So just the desperation really sinking in for Olinda Ferny Creek.
It most certainly is, and guess who? Robbie Allen has got the ball in his hands again. He's had a critical second half for the Tigers. Been a big reason why they've gotten back into this game. Sends the ball up the corridor, but this is dangerous. Wallace will park himself underneath it. Pasoli provided a good contest, got the ball down to ground level, and the Tigers might be away. Arnold gets the handle over the top. Thompson couldn't gather it cleanly. Eventually gets it under his control. Steps around a couple, brings the ball back into the corridor. Angus Smith, what a last quarter he's played. No mark can be taken. Anyone's ball to be won down at ground level. Jessup gets the handle away. Rosier steps around one, sends the Bloods inside forward 50, looking for Seal, but it's turned over. And Geordie Williams parks himself behind the football, takes the intercept mark. He goes out wide. Ben Munkos, long kick down the line, looking for Gibson. Can he take the mark overhead? No, he can't. Now the Bloods will go back the other way. Low trajectory ball over the head of Von Hess, but Toma got it out the back, gets the handle away just in time. Again, Olinda Ferny Creek inside forward 50. Taylor's the deepest forward. Taylor! It's not Taylor, in fact, it's Seal. Socket forward. Can Frankie Seal win the foot race? No, he can't. Rushed over to safety. And it's an even one goal difference now for Olinda Ferny Creek. 12-7-79 they are to Woori Yallock 10-13-73. Basoli down the line to Arnold. So the Tigers need to get the next one. They can level the scores potentially. Atchison's the short option. Arnold will go beyond him. Steps around Clark. High up and under ball. Oh, Marsh flew from the back, couldn't stick the mark. Williams nearly turned it over. Rosier couldn't gather it cleanly. No, it did. Here is Geordie Williams being corralled by Rosier. Couldn't step around them. Gets the handball away and the ball's escorted over the boundary line. Smith decided to take it to safety. Now it's going to be a free kick that's going to go Olinda Ferny Creek's way. Oh, undisciplined. Not what they needed. Tom Ford will be the recipient. Got Clark down the line. He's got a few options down the line. That's where he goes. Looking for Taylor. Who can take the mark? No one. Ball comes to ground level. Gathered cleanly by Adams. Kick around the body, but he's turned it over straight onto the chest of Rosier. Rosier peered into the corridor momentarily. He's got Cuthbert as a short option. Steps off the man on the mark. He asks for someone to come at him. Can the mark be taken through the hands of Von Hess? Seal just paddles it forward, gets the accommodating bounce, dishes off. Percy Hyde steps around one, checks his kick. Toma will fly. He won't get the mark though. It was fisted away from him. Can Hyde keep it in play? Can't do so. Wayne Harm style. Oh no, the umpire slipped over. And it'll be a boundary thrown inside the forward 50 of Olinda Ferny Creek.
You can tell how slippery it's getting out there. And there's nothing worse as an umpire. No, it's falling over in the middle of the ground. It's no good. So in comes the footy. Back over the head of the boundary umpire. Up goes the rucks. In the ruck was Lockie Taylor, but no one could get possession of it. Still bouncing around on the floor. Players on hands and knees. Grabbing in the middle. Has that been paid a mark? It has. So that's Greer Smith Rao. Will have an opportunity almost directly in front. About 30 metres out. And I didn't know if there was a touch off the boot or something. It looked like a real weird ball spin. So I was expecting the call to be play on, but no. Mark's been taken.
It was an awkward one, Adam, but he'll take it. He's got to go back and kick it now.
He sure does. So he comes in, does Greer Smith Rao, starts his approach. Has to kick this one. Looks nice off the boot. He loves it.
Oh.
So that's a goal. That's another one. So that's a 12-point margin for Olinda Ferny Creek. Really well done there by Greer Smith Rao. He's first of the game.
Turned defence into attack. Adam took the intercept marker, then kicked the goal, and it's back out to a 12-point margin. They just get a bit of that breathing room back to the Bloods.
100%. They were stressing about it, and you could tell they were playing ways that didn't necessarily suit their play style. They were being a bit frantic and not as smooth and clean. A couple of possession games and swings is what I was going to try and say. But, just in the end, they got the goal. So the ball comes back into the middle. We just wait for everyone to get set. Up goes the footy once more. Desta won the tap. So Olinda Ferny Creek get advantage. Peter Lucas running onto the footy. Couldn't quite get the handball away. He's been pinned for holding the ball. So the Tigers in the hands of Thompson. And 25 metres.
Yep, had to be there.
It's a big penalty in this stage of the game. So Thompson with the footy at the moment. Loads up on the right. Sends it deep inside 50. He might kick the goal from there, to be honest. It's over the back. Who can kick it off the ground? In the hands. Oh, my word. It would have been amazing if it went in. And it's gone for a behind. I didn't quite see who kicked it. It might have been that man there, Polton. But he's kicked it directly over the back of his head, like Nick Malcheski-like.
Yeah.
It would have been fantastic. Would have brought the house down, I would have thought.
It would have, yep.
So playing out to the broadcast side are Olinda Ferny Creek. Desta, the intended target, flew Just couldn't quite bring it down with him. But Seal's got the footy. Running onto the left. Trying to kick it inside the forward 50. Couldn't quite find a set of hands. Marsh. In fact, it's not Marsh.
Monkhorst.
Of the Ben variety. Kicked it out wide. And the mark's been paid. I thought maybe it wasn't.
The Olinda bench didn't like it. You can hear them.
Certainly didn't. You can probably hear that through the effects mic. So, the Tigers kick along down the line. It's a huge kick. Did find a set of hands. So, and now it's Geordie Williams again. Geordie Williams plays it on, gets into the forward 50. Oh, and that's really well done there. So that's Alex Marsh.
It is,
funnily enough, up the other end of the ground. So he's going to have a chance. He's pretty much directly in front, but he's right on the edge of this arc. Noah Dester on the mark as well. So he'll have to try and kick this to bring it back to a 6-point margin. We're
5 points.
5-point margin because of that behind earlier. Yep. So 5-point margin if he gets this in. We're 8.5 minutes gone in this fourth quarter, so time is running low. Alex Marsh didn't mind it off the boot, did he? And it's through the middle. Really well done by Alex Marsh, and it's a 5-point game. He's 2 goals, 1 for the afternoon, and the Tigers are in it.
Back to 5 points the difference. Marsh with his second goal, Adam, and things are heating up in this qualifying final. Woori Yallock won't go away.
No.
Could we see another 1 point difference? Woori 5 points behind at the moment. We couldn't see it again, could we? So the ball's back in the middle. Noah Dester's going to contest the ruck on this occasion. Riley Monkhorst will stay in there for Woori Yallock. So we just wait for players to get back into position. And there's some real nervous energy here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve. Up it goes once again. Dester wins the tap despite Monkhorst going early. Shark by Percy Hyatt. Gets a kick away. It's a high up and under pitching wedge, and the mark is taken. And the Bloods might be able to get the instant response once again. They'll be inside forward 50. Joel Adams, though, should be able to take the intercept mark, and he does. Parked himself underneath it. And Cooley picked it off. Does he go for the switch? He might. Goes backwards into the hands of Williams. Does he use Robbie Allen? Yes, he does. Oh, gee, Williams, a kick fell short of Allen. He had plenty of room to work with, though. Long kick to a one-on-one. Greer Smith broken. He fists it away. No, he can't. And the mark is taken by Smith. Loads up on the left boot, low trajectory ball, and the mark is taken. They might be away now. Woori Yallock through the corridor. 25-minute penalty's been paid. So Noah Dare loads up. He'll set sail for home. Distance won't be a problem, and it's over the top, and he's nailed it. Woori back in front. 5th lead change for the game.
No way.
12-14-86 to 13-7-85, and Woori once again will not die.
I cannot believe that's Noah Dare's first goal of the afternoon. He's been playing such an important part in their offence in this game. And, it's been fantastic to watch, and they are not done yet, are the Tigers?
No, they are not, Adam. He just slammed it home as the ball's back in the middle. Monkhorst will do the ruck duties up against Noah Dester. Can Olinda Ferny Creek get the response? They've already gone down in 3 1-point heartbreaks to Woori. Sorry, 2, but it could be 3. Monkhorst sends them forward once again. Who can gather the ball cleanly? Smith over the top, looking for Marsh. Was he taken high? Umpire lets it go. Ball going absolutely nowhere, and it's locked up inside the forward 50 of Woori Yallock.
It's going to be one of those games you can't try and get the win off a petty free kick. The umpires usually don't pay them this late in the game. Up goes the footy. Tap down one by Woori Yallock, but Olinda Ferny Creek have got all the possession at the moment, currently in the hands of Cuthbert. Cuthbert kicks it down the line, looking for Frankie Seal, but who's there but Riley Monkhorst? So Monkhorst is going to try and kick it long, you'd think. Gibson's saying, kick it my way. Who's coming over? Oh, couldn't quite take the mark, but in the goal square, has there been a whistle paid? No, there hasn't. I believe Marsh has got the footy at the moment, and there'll be a ball up in the goal square. There's not many better places you'd want one as a Woori Yallock player. So up goes the footy. Gibson in the ruck at the moment. Oh, there's no way. Oh, just behind Geordie Williams getting... Oh, he was a bit cocky there. Just tapped down one by Gibson and tried to just soccer it out in mid-air, and it would have been amazing had it gone through the middle, but... So just the behind for Geordie Williams. What's the margin now? I believe.
I reckon it's 4 minutes.
What is it? 2 points?
2 points the difference
2 points
now.
The margin. So down the middle, Olinda Ferny Creek go. No possession really taken. Umpire just calls a stoppage. So 2 points this late in the game. It's a very important 2 points.
It is,
Sun pokes out once more. Riley Munkhorst wins the tap down. Rosier gets the footy back into the hands of Wallace, and we'll have another stoppage just for the centre for Woori Yallock.
Oh, it's getting very, very hot and heavy now, Adam.
Yeah, sure is, isn't it? So, up goes the footy once more. Munkhorst wins the tap down again. Out the back. Who's going to run onto it first? Woori Yallock got first hands on the footy, but there's red and white jumpers everywhere. Peter Lucas gets onto the left boot. Bouncing ball hasn't worked in anybody's favour. Punched it away, but in the hands at the moment, I believe it's Toma. And, in fact, it's been called for a stoppage for the centre for Olinda Ferny Creek. So the footy will go up once more. Who's going to win it? Munkhorst wins the tap. Peter Lucas trying to chase it. Oh my word, good tackle, but still couldn't quite affect it as much as he wanted to. Rosier's dived on the footy. This could work out very poorly for him if the umpire sees it that way. But he does not, so we'll have a stoppage again on that far wing. Really, really contested footy at the moment. Ball goes up once more. No ruck either got a very good tap on it. And we might have another one in the same spot. Umpire circling, and eventually we'll have another stoppage. So contested footy really being the king in the last 5 minutes or so.
Exactly right. So the Tigers, that's what they want to do. They can try and lock the ball up, but we don't know how long there is left. And Olinda Ferny Creek are about to be inside forward 50 once again. Here is the handball over to Cuthbert, but no Adair with a good strong tackle. Crucial stage of this last quarter. Seal hands it off. Kick towards goal. Don't tell me! He's nailed it! Olinda Ferny Creek are back in front!
What a goal!
With one of the goals of the day, Von Hess has absolutely nailed it! Something from nothing, 14-7-91 to 12-15-87.
Oh my word, what a goal!
Goodness gracious me! Something from nothing for the Bloods. I've said it about 3 times on repeat. Can you believe that?
Do you know what's the best part about that? Von Hess kicked that, and he did the slide on his knees as the ball was going through. Usually in the soccer they do that after it's gone through, but he's done it before it's even gone through the goals.
So it's back in the middle. Wallace and Munkhorst. Woori Yallock need to get the next one, but Percy Height wins the centre clearance. He sends the ball to half forward. Desta lost his footing at the wrong time. Munkhorst couldn't gather it cleanly. Plenty of players on hands and knees. They swarm the contest, and the umpire comes through and calls for the stoppage. So 5 lead changes in this game now. Jethro Von Hess with an incredibly clutch goal from the boundary line if you're just tuning in. Up it goes once again. Wallace got the better of the tap. Thompson can't gather it. Here is Peter Lucas. Been busy all day. They appeal for holding the ball, Woori, but the umpire says no. It's just going to be another ball up. Up it goes. So now Olinda Ferny Creek want to clog it up. Rosier can't get it under his control. Again, huge numbers around the ball. Smith got the handle away. Thompson dishes off to Gemmell. Woori Yallock on the counter-attack. Tried to get it to Williams, but he missed him. And it's going to be another boundary throw-in. Oh, Woori Yallock had it away. But the handball to Williams just didn't quite find him. They do gain some much-needed meterage. 25 and a half have elapsed in the final quarter. Boundary throw-in outer side of the ground. Up it goes. Munkhorst gets the better of the tap. Hyatt swirling around. Now Olinda Ferny Creek on the counter-attack. Lucas gets his kick away. Up and under ball. Robbie Allen takes the intercepting mark. What a game he's played. And he's got to go. He knows there can't be long left. Through the corridor go the Tigers. Ben Munkhorst will fly, but Taylor got the fist in. It's going to be gathered by Simpson out the back. He'll send the Tigers inside forward 50. Marsh can't take the mark. Fisted away. Gibson will keep his opponent corralled. Can he get the ball under his control? Alex Marsh gets the handball away. Anyone's ball to be won here at ground level, and Olinda Ferny Creek with a takeaway. Seymour gets him out of danger, but for how long? Simpson underneath it. No Adair, it's not Dare. In fact, as Hunter Ryan provided a good contest. He appeals for a holding free kick, but none forthcoming. Boundary throw-in on the broadcast wing. Absolute drama here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve as we wait for the umpire to throw the ball back in, and don't tell me Cody Basoli's going up in the ruck. I think he is. So Basoli against Wallace. Wallace wins the tap through the hands of Thompson. Gathered by Williams. Kane Thompson, can he get away? No, he can't. Percy Hyde with a crucial tackle. Olinda Ferny Creek want a ball, but the umpire said no way. Can't be long left to go, surely. Can the Bloods hang on? Can the Tigers steal it to the death? Munkhorst got a fingertipper on it. Williams constrained in the tackle. The ball going nowhere once again. Crucial moments in this game as the umpire will throw the ball aloft once again. Monkhorst try to grab it out of the ruck, couldn't do so. There's a whistle. It's going to go Olinda Ferny Craig's way. The Bloods. There's the siren, and Olinda Ferny Craig, hang on! They are through to the second semi-final in the most unbelievable circumstances. Heartbreak for Woori Yallock. Their inaccuracy has cost them 12-15-87 to 14-7-91. What a game of football here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve at Adam. After Woori owning the matchup through the home and away season, Olinda Ferny Creek gather it at a most important stage.
Oh my goodness me. Throughout the season, it's been such a crazy matchup, and that did not disappoint again. Another close game. Was it 4 points in the end? Is that what it got to? It was.
Yep.
So, Olinda Ferny Creek, 4-point win, really when it mattered. They could tell that they were up and about when they came here today, because they knew that they weren't going to let Woori Yallock get the better of them again.
No.
Certainly not by 1 point again. It couldn't. But, it's just, what a fantastic game, and really worked well for the Bloods.
Absolutely magnificent. And Jethro Von Hess, well, he was the hero, wasn't he, Adam, with that clutch goal from the pocket. It just, you didn't pick it at all, but he absolutely nailed it. Running flat stick on the left boot and got the Bloods back in front late in the game. There was 5 lead changes across the day. As mentioned, it was 21 scoring shots to 27, but Olinda Ferny Creek took their opportunities when it counted. They'll be so happy with that performance. They are through to play Wanda next week. Woori Yallock, well, they will play the winner of Monbulk versus Hillsville. That game will be played tomorrow. We'll also be calling that game available through Yarra Valley FM 99.1 and also through the local footy hub. We'll now take a look at some scores from round the grounds, because it has been a very exciting day and a very action-packed day once again in the Outer East. So we will take a look at some of those scores. Adam, first of all, take us through Division 1 in the footy.
So Division 1 in the footy, Warburton Millgrove going down to Seville. I don't think it's quite finalised yet, but it's certainly a long margin. So 8-56 for Warburton Millgrove, 18-11, 119 to Seville. So over a 60-point win incoming for Seville, you'd think. So really well done from the Seville boys this week, and that'll certainly change things in the next couple of weeks, won't it?
Most certainly will. And they've done it really well in the back half of this season. They've had problems with injuries all throughout the year, but they've managed to get a full-strength side back up, and they will go straight through to the grand final, Warburton Millgrove, or they've got to play the winner of tomorrow's elimination. The first semi-final.
Yes, they do. So tomorrow's semi-final, Pakenham versus Alexandra. Again, should be a good matchup. Pakenham the heavy favourite, but Alexandra showing us last week that they're not done yet.
No, they most certainly aren't. So we will see. Alexandra, of course, got that win over Belgrave. That was also a bit of a cliffhanger of a game. So really anyone's game, I think, in Division 1. It is incredibly tight. We'll now take a look at some scores from the A-grade netball. Earlier today in the qualifying final, Wandon 65 defeated Monbulk 47. So they'll go straight through to the second semi-final to take on Mount Evelyn for a place in the grand final. Monbulk, they'll take on the winner of Emerald versus Woori Yallock. That game will be live here tomorrow at Yarra Junction Recreation Reserve. And that also will be live and available through the local footy hub and commentated. So another interesting game. That one, of course, the last time those two sides played, it was a draw. Now taking a look at Division 1 A-grade netball. Seville 47 defeated the Pakenham Lions 38. So the Blues straight through to the grand final in Division 1 A-grade, just like they are in the footy. Pakenham, well, they will take on the winner of Warburton Millgrove and Yarra Glen in tomorrow's first semi-final. So plenty of action there. We'll now take a look at the reserves results from today in the footy, Adam.
Absolutely. So in the Division 1 reserves, we had Pakenham and Alexandra today. So Alexandra came away with a 30-point win. I will just pull it up officially. Yep, so 6-7-43 for Pakenham. Alexandra 10-13-73. So a 30-point win, which Pakenham apparently never quite looked to be in it. So I think Alexandra just got off to a hot and heavy start and just kept the lead from there. So really well done from Alexandra, which means next week they will be playing the winner of Seville and Warburton Millgrove. So that'll certainly be an interesting game as well.